live here at the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neil, and I'm joined by Jaysen Buterin, writer and director of Kill Giggles, which is very exciting that it's people are going to be able to see it here.
Yes, finally. It's been many moons, but we like to think of it as like the cinematic version of Tantric Yoga and Sting. So it's a long, slow build-up, and now it's going to be a 5-year orgasm on everyone's screens.
Excellent. You should put that on the poster.
We did. That was going to be my suggestion for the tagline, but I think the studio had their own alternatives. So, but you never know. You never know. You can feel free to use that. By the way, it's like a 5-year orgasm in your brain.
All right, I like it. Yeah. So, for people not aware yet, could you give them an idea of what the movie's about besides a 5-year orgasm in your brain?
A 5-year orgasm, yes. It's a study in modern existential cinematic tantric yoga practice. Kill Giggles has been with me. I've been coulrophobe for most of my life. Not all of my life. It was definitely by choice. I think I was like 5 and I dressed up as a clown once. I was like, that was 5. We grew up in a trailer park. Options were limited, and all the masks in the 80s smelled like plastic anyway. But then I saw Poltergeist, and the clown marionette scene sort of unhinged me. And from that point on, I was never quite the same. And I got into horror filmmaking, and I one of the beauties of horror filmmaking is it's the best form of therapy out there, because you can kill everyone that was ever mean to you and kill all your monsters, and you still get to go home at the end of the day. So being terrified of clowns, I sort of got tired. I just got sick and tired of seeing all the clowns as the serial killers and the monsters and the murderers and the purveyors of mayhem. And I wanted to see a movie where somebody killed clowns. And I thought, surely this has been done already. So me and Shirley got together and we did a bunch of research, because things are being rebooted and refranchised 5 years after they come out the first time. And we couldn't find anything where somebody had just taken that very simple idea and sort of flipped it on its rainbow wig-covered head. So we set out to do that. And I set out to make a movie about a serial killer of clowns and not a serial killer who dresses like clown. And it was a wonderful, ill-advised dose of self-administered psychotherapy. I got to kill clowns in a lot of ways, not all the ways I wanted to. The first draft of the script was about 300 pages when I stopped writing, and I wasn't done yet. But every time I told my DP how long it was, like, he peed a little. So for his sake and the sake of our friendship, I had to truncate it down to a modest size of 94 pages. So there's a lot of clown death to come if we ever continue that in the universe of cinematic properties. So it was my way to be able to kill clowns and to try and just do something a little bit different, which in this day and age of creativity is getting harder and harder to do.
Yeah. And I like that, because whenever you see a movie and you see a clown or like a priest or a Santa Claus, most likely they're very evil.
Yes, bad things are going to happen. No joy, no levity, no mirth.
Yeah. And I've always thought that would be a good setup for a movie. If it's a clown, a priest, and a Santa Claus, and no one in the town will trust them because they just assume that they're evil people.
That could be like the ultimate crossover. Maybe we could have like Kill Giggles and like Velocipaster, and then like we need a good Santa Claus one, or maybe like a Krampus movie, and we could merge all three together.
I love it. Yeah, Velocipaster, by the way, fantastic movie.
I love that movie, dude. The car explosion scene is one of the best cinemas of modern film ever.
Yeah, at the U.S. premiere of my movie, he was there, and I was like all excited. I was like, I think that's a Velocipaster there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and some people are like, oh, like you not seen the Velocipaster? It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's a staple of modern independent cinema.
Yeah. So I also like now knowing the backstory. There is like in the movie that he mentions, like I don't fear clowns. I hate them just because if you have. Which is, I always think is kind of funny for different terms out there. What are your thoughts on that? Do you hate them because you do fear them?
I think hate and fear just sort of hold hands all the time anyway, whether you're just looking at it through one lens or the other. I don't like clowns. I hate looking at them. So what do? Like I said, I make a movie where I'm surrounded by them for 19 days on a film set. So again, I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, but it was fun just to be able to kill them in wonderful ways. To draw and quarter a clown was just something that I think every person should go through at least once in their life.
I think I'm going to clip that. Terrible Troy has joined us.
How we doing?
Living the dream.
Yeah. So if you don't know Troy, Troy is my brother here. He's a good in real life too. He's So you have a lot of cool people in the movie. We'll talk about some of like the established names, but casting the lead, Michael as Billy. Was he someone you knew beforehand?
As Tommy DeSantos. Yeah, Michael. He's my brother from another mother. I've known him for years and years and years, and we met on the film festival convention circuit a long time ago. And we always wanted to work together, and then we started doing it, and then we haven't really stopped working together for a long time, which makes me very, very happy. But he just saw a stage, and he's a tremendous theater actor. Just brilliant in either form that he chooses to pursue. Hell of a writer, great director and stuff. But I've been a big fan of his for many moons, and I have shelves and shelves of books on how to write screenplays, and I'm pretty sure they say don't write for specific people, but I wrote it for a specific person. Because I knew what he could do, and I wanted to be able to push him beyond what I knew he could do, and he just nailed it in every single way. It was fun to be able to watch that, and there's a lot of Tommy that is very autobiographical, and then he just was able to inject his own lifeblood into it, which just made me super proud. So yeah, he's an amazing boy, but I definitely wrote that part just for him.
That's interesting about the books about script writing. Do most of them say the same thing, or do they contradict a lot of different books?
I have no idea. I've never read any of them because I've always been too busy making movies. Like there's like books on how to write and how to direct, and like I've just been fortunate enough to be making movies and writing and directing the whole time. So I'm sure there's some brilliant shit in there. I just don't know what any of it says.
Yeah, to me it feels like there is no like real right way, because so many filmmakers have different opinions on everything. So really, I think it depends on yourself.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on you, on the story you want to tell, on the network that you have. You know, like I mean, we've been doing the independent film community in North Carolina is amazing in all of its different overlapping concentric social circles. So I mean, there's just a lot of brilliant talent here and stuff like that. So I think it's for whatever works. You know, I mean, whatever your creative process is, just do whatever works. Stick within your budget, stick within the people you know, and stuff like that, and you can make movie magic happen.
Troy, by the way, what are your thoughts on clowns? And maybe Jason doesn't know this, but we're actually planning Clown Month next month with me, AJ, Troy, and Tara. It's Tara's idea where we're all going to dress as clowns.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You might want to stay away from that one.
Yeah, just please don't come to my house. Not that day. Any other day but that day.
Yeah. Troy, do you have any thoughts on clowns? Like just in general?
I think clowns are pretty spooky, to be honest with you. Not like, overwhelming terror, but I like to avoid them whenever possible.
I read that there is like a reason why people feel that way. It's like that they're like in your mind, like they're not quite right. Like, cause like it's a, like the mouths are too big, the eyes are, and so like, even if you don't know why, there is a reason why a lot of people are off put by clowns.
I think it's just, I mean, they're they're human shaped monsters. And it's those over exaggerated facial features and the body language.
Yeah. That was the word I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're just fucking terrifying. And I mean, like every single one of them is just, aside from Krusty the Clown, I think that dude is cool. But like all the other ones are just completely unholy. They're monsters shaped like men. And then of course, I mean, you can look at man as the worst monster of all. So, I mean, it just sort of exacerbates it to a painful degree.
So some of the you got some cool legends in the movie. Vernon Wells is Giggles. So was he someone like you got to know at conventions, or like how did he get involved in the movie?
It's so weird. It's like, I mean, growing up in the backwoods of the backroads of Missouri in the 1980s, I had two friends. One was the Scenic Regional County Library, and the other was the video store in town, and they were both 20 miles away. So I grew up watching Commando, and I mean Mad Max and Weird Science and all these movies that had Vernon Wells in them. I watched them on a quasi-religious basis, and then all these very many years later to be working with Vernon Wells. And I mean, he and I mean, we're pen pals now. We send each other Christmas cards. It's bonkers. But it's just amazing. But Vernon, the way that he got into it was very serendipitous. I was on the phone with Felissa Rose because Felissa, I'd met her at the Crimson Screen Horror Film Festival, which was at that time was in Charleston, South Carolina. She was the guest of honor there, and she watched one of my shorts, and we were talking. over many fireball shots. And she said, I'd love to be able to work with you someday, and here's my contact info. I'm like, cool. And everyone always says that, and they go their separate ways. But she meant it. So she had a small voiceover role in a short I did called The Corner, which was that was my trial by fire to see if I could handle being on set around clowns. So we did The Corner, and then when I started writing Kill Giggles, I wanted her. I knew she had to be in it somehow, so I started writing the role of Dr. Courtney Lee for her because I wanted her to play that sort of therapist role, not the troubled, female protagonist, or not like the horror icon that she was and still is. Just something I hadn't seen her do before. So on the phone with her, she's like, well, do you have anybody in mind for Giggles? I had a couple people, but I hadn't done anything yet. She's like, well, you should get Vernon Wells in it. I'm like, yeah, that'd be super. She's like, okay, I'll call him right now. So she gets Vernon on the phone. I'm like, oh, okay. So Vernon hops on. He's like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, hi, Mr. Wells. He's like, don't call me Mr. Wells. I'm like, okay, sir. He's like, don't call me sir. I'm like, fuck. And then, I pitched him the idea and stuff. And I was like, well, send me the script. So I sent him the script. And he's like, I love it. I've got to be. I was like, I have to be Giggles. I'm like, yes, sir. You have to be Giggles. Wow. And then he was just Giggles. And it worked out. We were able to bring him in and shoot the stuff. And after that, he's like, he told me, he's like, if you ever have anything else, any roles you want me for, let me know, and I'm there. And then I did a short after Kill Giggles called The Blue-Eyed Boy and Mr. Death. And I had sent Vernon that script. He's like, I have to be in this. He's like, I'm going to be in this movie. I was like, oh, okay. So I've been lucky enough to work with him twice, but his whole involvement in Kill Giggles just came from being on the phone with Felissa Rose. And I mean, just, knowing somebody who knows somebody and just making that cosmic connection happen, and it was utterly amazing. How that happened, how Judith O'Day got involved in the film. So I mean, like, everyone that's in it on both sides of the camera, I'm very lucky to have been able to suck her into this project.
And they're all good in the movie too. It's not like I don't want to name any names, but sometimes I'll see something and somebody will literally just like pop up, and it's like, oh, they're just stuck in here for a cameo, like they met him, that they were literally filming him at a convention or something. And
Sharknado, yeah.
Yeah, right. But no, they were actually part of the movie. So, and Vernon Wells also a great guy, since like I think it's wolves like that he has like on his property, like it's like people will get him his pets, and then they really can't take care of him, and he like takes care of like abandoned wolves.
He's amazing. Yeah, I mean, his heart and his caring, I mean, for animals, 4-legged and 2-legged, is unparalleled. He's a beautiful man, a beautiful soul. So I'm very blessed to be able to call him my friend. And he still just looks like a badass. Like, he's still terrifying.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, the first time I met him, it was at Days of the Dead in LA, and his booth was next to mine, so I was, next to him the weekend. But a very intimidating guy, but at the same time, once you meet, exactly what you're saying, you're intimidated by him, but once you start talking to him, he's just a really nice guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, we had him on set for 2 days, and everybody just loved it. I mean, while he's in the makeup tent, I mean, he's telling stories about all the movies he's been on. So I mean, you're hearing all these stories about Commando and Weird Science and Mad Max and everything else, and it's just, I mean, it's that behind the scenes, it's that peek behind the movie curtain that you never ever get. You don't get it no matter what books you read, what behind the scenes featurettes you watch on a DVD. You're never going to hear stories like that again. So I mean, it was a real treat for everyone just to sit and listen in awe.
I really like the tone of Kill Giggles, because going in, I thought maybe it'd be like over the top, kind of silly or something. So it's still a fun movie, but it's also a dark movie, and about like a real person.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of very autobiographical things in there. I mean, some of the dialogue is directly based off of conversations I've had, things that have happened to me. The clown in the Mexican restaurant was the scene that actually happened to me, and apparently you're not supposed to threaten to stab a clown in the fucking throat with a fork, because people frown on that. Like,
strange how that works.
Yeah. It's like, when did we get so Victorian? But apparently I offended their fine sensibilities. So it was very autobiographical, but I wanted it to be almost as much of a thriller and a horror as anything else. And there are those,
it definitely is.
There's those dark comedic elements too, because I mean that's one of the best things about movies. I mean, if a movie it makes you laugh a little bit and it's kind of casual but kind of uncomfortable, and you're kind of scared and you kind of want to pee a little, but you kind of want to keep watching because you're not sure where it's going to go. So I wanted to be able to try and create that cerebral cocktail if I could, and I think we did a decent job of it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So I got to talk about, for people who don't, understand or know, your journey to get the movie out there. Because last time I had you on, like the movie, well, you can explain better than me. What happened once you finished the movie?
COVID. That was super fun.
Yeah, that's a good
yeah, we shot it over 19 days in 2019. And we were lucky enough that we were able to sort of pick up the sales agent and the distribution opportunity with Grindstone Entertainment Group and Lionsgate that we were able to get. So we had that under our hats kind of the whole time. But we finished the movie. We went through the post-production. We went through what we thought was the post-production process. And then working with Grindstone, we were introduced to Hollywood studio level deliverables. I was like, what the fuck's a deliverable? Like, I thought it was a Lunchable. Turns out I was way, way wrong. So we found out about legal deliverables, which is forms for every fucking thing under the sun. And then the digital ones as well. So, and so we were fortunate enough that my DP and then Gaffer, two of the other executive producers, Jesse Knight and Jason Ledford, they handled the digital deliverable side because that shit is way above my pay grade. Like I don't understand how any of it works, but they're the brilliant souls that do. And I handled the legal deliverable. So we went through all that. We went through the QC processes. We went through the MPAA rating and went through, it took about a year and a half, I think, to be able to kind of get everything to the point where we finally passed the QC test. And the QC test is unbelievably painful. I mean, like if you don't have a sound effect for like hand brushes across sheet and you don't have that logged in there, then you're going to fail your QC. So like one tiny little thing, you fail the entire fucking thing. It's horrible. It was like flashbacks to high school math class all over again. But past the QC and finally got the movie where everything was acceptable. Everything was approved. We were ready to go. And then we just sat there. We're like, when does it come out? And like, we don't know. Okay. Could we know soon? And it was just one of those weird things where, I mean, we were just sort of held in distribution limbo. And it got to the point where, I mean, after 3 years, I'm like, any day now. After 4 years, I'm like, any year now. After 5 years, I'm like, holy fuck. But it was one of those things where it's, I mean, and we did 2 different crowdsourcing campaigns. So we had investors, we had cast, we had crew. And for 5 years, I had to basically try and come up with more creative explanations about why the movie hadn't come out yet. And we talked to the people in Hollywood and they're like, it'll come out when it comes out. And that's all we're going to say about it. So they didn't care about the investor people so much. And the investor people didn't care how the business works. They just wanted to be able to see the movie that they put their faith and their funds in. So I was sort of stuck in the shit show in the middle, trying to direct traffic both ways. And it was painful. I drank a lot of rum. I have a lot more gray in my beard now. And I mean, I think that there was probably a point where a lot of people just thought it was never going to come out. And myself was sort of included in that. I wasn't sure. And that was part of the painful part, was that it never really felt done yet. We were fortunate, very blessed to have a tremendous run on the film festival circuit. So there were a lot of people across the country, around the world, who, if they were there at that festival, had a chance to see it. And they had a chance to see it on the big screen, which is fantastic. But there are people involved in the movie that they still haven't had a chance to see it yet. Mm-hmm. And that was sort of always the painful part for me, was I swear to God, this movie's coming out. I just don't know when. So we circled the drain and we circled the drain and we circled the drain. And then out of nowhere, I got a call from the people who were handling the legal for Lionsgate and Grindstone. And they're like, we need this and this and this. I'm like, okay, done and done. They're like, your movie's coming out in August. I'm like, oh. They're like, yeah, there's trailers and posters coming for it too. I'm like, cool. I'm like, can I see them? They're like, no. Okay. And then I had one of my actors, like, he hit me up when Lionsgate, when the trailer came out on Lionsgate's YouTube channel. And he's like, is this real? I was like, is this AI? I was like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, there's the trailer for our movie. And it was amazing. It was excellent. It was better than I thought it was ever going to be. And within the first, I think, week, we had almost like 200,000 views. I'm like, woohoo! And it just, that sort of was that instant validation for 5 years of pain and suffering and turmoil and uncertainty and indifference and angst-ridden anxiety and existential turmoil and everything else. So hopefully when the movie comes out in 5 days on a plethora of digital platforms, I'm hoping that it'll match that same passion, that same intensity that the YouTube trailer generated. And I learned very early on not to read the comments on YouTube trailers. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, or just
like
on YouTube in general,
kind of painful.
Probably a good idea. But yeah.
Yeah, I learned that very soon. Well, I was flashing back, was like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where they went after like all the people that were leaving like negative comments on them. Like, I understood that drive and that retribution at that point, because some of them were just brutal. You know, like, was this shot on an iPhone 4? I think it was my favorite worst one. I'm like, oh my god. But then we had, you know, there was a certain point in that where that pivoted and it changed. And I mean, the majority of them are now very, very supportive. So I mean, just to, you know, even to get a 50-50 split on a social media platform, I think is an impressive feat nowadays. So it was a painful wait. But I think that delivery, I hope that delivery is finally going to make that wait worthwhile.
Yeah. And how did that affect you just as a filmmaker, as a creative guy? Like, did that during that time, did you ever think like, you know, I don't want to make anything anymore, or like, how does that affect you?
Yeah, no, pretty much every fucking day. It was like cinematic blue balls, dude. Like, you're like, I'm on a, you know, a 5-year dry hump. I mean, pick your imagery. It messed with me in a lot of ways, and it was hard because I knew, you know, when we got done with post-production, we had a good movie. By the time we got done with Grindstone and Lionsgate's quality levels, we had a fantastic fucking film. So I knew that we had something special out there. I knew that we had something that hadn't been done before. And nowadays, like I said, with any creative medium, to be able to find that original aspect is magical. It's mighty. It's something worth noting. So I knew we had something brilliant out there for people to see, but to not be able to show it to them, for them to not be able to have a chance to see just how amazing of a movie that so many people helped make, was very frustrating. And it never felt done. I never felt like I was able truly to move on from it, because it was just sort of, like I said, out there swirling the drain. I finally reached a point where I was like, I've got to do something. And I had the idea for The Blue-Eyed Boy and Mr. Death, which is completely fucking different from anything I've ever done. A 180, several 180s, 540, 720 from what Kill Giggles was. And that was a story that I had it in my head, my heart, for a long time. Reached out to Vernon Wells, reached out to an actor by the name of Adam Hampton, who's like, he's one of those guys that like, I want to be him when I grow up, because he's really fucking handsome and really smart and very caring. And you're just like, you want him just to kind of suck at something, so you have something to pick on him about, but he doesn't. He makes it very hard to be his friend. So I had those two gentlemen committed to the project, and it was something we shot it in a weekend at my house. So that felt amazing. I had that passion, that spark back again, to be able to do something, and to do something completely different. And so, you know, the people that saw Kill Giggles, that had the chance to see it, I wanted them just to be, you know, confounded and dumbfounded when they saw Blue-Eyed Boy and Mr. Death, because it's a very dramatic, very serious film with a slight sort of Twilight Zone kind of surreal twist at the end. And I wanted that to just be the antithesis of everything I had done cinematically before that. And I think we were really lucky with that too. So the wait for Kill Giggles, like I said, it was painful in a lot of ways. It caused me a lot of angst, but good God's a film. It's got to be worth it in the end.
So can you give people an idea of can people see Blue-Eyed Boy and the Devil? I'm sorry, I might have got the name wrong.
What's it? The Blue-Eyed Boy and Mr. Death, and it's
Death. There we go. Yeah,
it's a line from an E.E. Cummings poem that I read when I was way too young, and it was one of the things like it just rattled around in my skull for about 30 years. Like I read it in Mrs. Brandis's 7th grade English class. No, Mr. Lucas's 7th grade English, and it's stuck in my skull, and I knew I had to do something with it someday. And I started writing this. I lost my father to cancer back in 2010, and I wanted to be able to do something. And I appreciate that. Cancer takes a lot of people's loved ones, and it's very frustrating. I do have an idea where we're going to physically corporealize and then just kill the fuck out of cancer, and it's going to be the single best revenge film ever made. But that's a topic for a different podcast. So I want to do something just really, really different with that. The E. Cummings, the last line of the poem is, "How do you like your blue-eyed boy, Mr. Death?" And that was just, like I said, it rattled around my skull. And then the idea for the film came out. I knew I wanted to it's sort of my last love letter to my father. So I wanted to do something with that. And the story and then the title just seemed perfect together. Because a lot of people think, especially from the title, like, it sounds like a horror film. They're like, well, it's spooky, right? I'm like, no. Like, well, it's scary, right? I'm like, no. It makes people cry at the end. I don't think I've been at a screening where there hasn't been someone in the theater that gets misty-eyed, and sometimes it's me, but that's okay too.
Is that the one you made with your son? I know you've been doing stuff with your son.
No, he has a cameo in Kill Giggles. And then his pictures are in Blue-Eyed Boy and Mr. Death. Oh, sorry, but you had asked about it's not for public. It's nowhere. It's not viewable public anywhere yet, just because it's still on the film festival circuit. So once it gets done with its run there, I'll figure out what the next step in that is. We've had a couple of opportunities sort of present itself, and I've had other people approach me about trying to make it a feature, but it could be a feature, but I think that would be a different story a little bit. You know, the Blue-Eyed Boy and Mr. Death is what it is. Like I said, it's sort of a love letter to my father. It's a story about fathers and sons and losing someone that you love to cancer, and dialing a number, calling a number that you know no one's going to pick up on because that person is no longer here, but somebody answers on the other end anyway. And it just sort of leads to, just sort of several instances of cosmic what if.
In your opinion, what are the benefits of having your film or short film at a festival?
It allows you to, I think, expose yourself in the non-legal way to a larger variety of people, a larger crowd of people than you may ever get the chance to. You know, I mean, you can go and you can slug your film on YouTube and stuff like that, and like, my movie's on YouTube, and just wait for the people to come in, and they're not going to. You know, with film festivals, I think, you know, if you're lucky, no matter what kind of movie you make, if you make a movie, that's an amazing feat, and that's something that no one can ever take that away from you. And your first movie is gonna suck. Your 10th movie might suck. But you made something that did not previously exist in in this world, and that is a beautiful thing. Oh, shit, my train of thought just derailed. Make something beautiful in this world. What was the question? Fuck.
The benefits of festivals.
Benefits of film festivals. Okay, I've gone. Yeah. You get an audience. You get to be able to show something with your peers. You know, people. I had a lot of filmmaker friends before I started making movies, and to be able to make something, to take something, an idea from your own head, to be able to put it on a page is brilliant. To be able to then take that from the page to the screen and breathe life into a world. It's the most wonderful form of make believe ever. And it's kind of there are a lot of pros and cons with the film festival circuit community. You know, film festival submission fees are something I think every filmmaker needs to factor in to budgeting and crowdsourcing, because it is not cheap. You know, I mean, you're gambling, you're throwing money at a wall. Sometimes $5, you know, $15, 75, $125 to submit your movie to a festival with hundreds of other submissions, and praying to the film gods that whoever watches your movie is in a good mood that day. And that they watch the entire thing. I've been a judge for a lot of festivals. I've talked to a lot of judges. They're like, well, if I don't like it in the first 5 minutes, I'm not gonna watch it. And to me, that's just like that's a travesty, because the people that paid the money for the submission fee, the people that made the movie, like, you owe it to them to watch it from the first frame to the last frame. Like, as a judge, as a, you know, adjudicator, whatever like that, you owe it to them to be able to justify the work that they made. So there are some negative parts to it, but the positive parts, you know, to be able to submit a film to a festival, and then to have it get in, and then to get those little accolades, and sometimes those accolades make it worthwhile, because to have that recognition by your peers of something that you made is a beautiful thing, and it's an ego boost that can fuel the soul for days, months, years beyond that. So, you know, accolades are beautiful, but it's not always about the accolades. And so some people lose sight of that, and it's easy to do. Just getting the festivals is amazing, and then if you're lucky enough to get to the festival, that's rad. If you're lucky enough to get nominated, that's even better too. And sometimes it can feel a little bit soul crushing to not get anything, but the part to remember is, I mean, your movie, you get to see it on a big screen, even if it's not in a theater venue. If you're talking a convention venue in a hotel or something else like that, you get to see your movie, and you get to watch other people see your movie. And to me, that's a beautiful thing. Like, I don't ever want to see Kill Giggles again. Like, I know that fucking movie in and out. I'm good. I never need to see it again. But I will sit there and watch a theater full of people watch it, and just look at people and see, do they get it? Because I mean, you know, you can show your script, you can show your movie to friends and family, and they're gonna blow sunshine up your ass and be like, "Oh, it's great, it's the best thing ever." Blah 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 blah. But you're always gonna get that slightly prejudicial reaction. I mean, if you go and watch it at a film festival, there are people that they don't give a shit about you, they don't give a shit about your movie, they don't give a fuck who you know. None of that matters to them. But if they laugh at the funny parts, if they even jump back a little bit at the scary parts, if they're just not looking at their phone, that's an amazing thing, you know. So to be able to see how your movie, how this story, how the tale you wanted to tell plays in front of people, I think is a beautiful thing, and it's something you don't get from I mean, just putting it on YouTube, you know, and strangers watching it in their mom's basement. You don't know. All you see is the comments. And sometimes those things are vile and hurtful, and sometimes they're not. But to get that live, it's like I don't know, like watch like the Nielsen family rating system, but watching it actually happen, you know. So film festivals, I think, are a very important part, especially of independent filmmaking. And there's all levels of festivals and stuff. I mean, like the major, huge, big player ones, you know, Cannes, American Film Market, South by Southwest. I mean, those things are just phenomena in and of themselves now. But I think, you know, because there's such a large scale of film festivals, everything from like, you know, from TIFF and Cannes and New York City Horror Film Festival down to regional ones that play in a county. You know, you've got the 48-hour film project, which is an international sort of competition, and that gives people an audience that they otherwise might not have. So it gives you an audience, it gives you an outlet, it gives you a medium that's something beyond just putting it on YouTube or putting it on Vimeo and sending out the password to your friends and family.
In my opinion, you know, it's cool to play the great big festivals, obviously, but to me, there's something about the quote unquote smaller ones, I guess mid-size, whatever, where everyone's watching stuff on the same screen the whole time. Because much more like community feel, as opposed to like, you know, if there's 10 or 12 screens and everyone's kind of dispersed around, that's still cool. You can meet afterwards and talk. But when everyone's just there watching everything together, I think it's a different feeling.
It's a lot. When it's to me, I mean, like film festivals, one of the best aspects I love about it is, I mean, it's one of the purest examples of cinematic social networking that I've ever seen, because I've been lucky enough to be able to attend several festivals for several years. Like the next one coming up is actually next weekend, is the Genre Blast Film Festival, which is in Winchester, Virginia. And I've met people there, and I've seen people meet each other at a festival one year, and then they talk, and they're in the lobby in between movie blocks, or they're outside smoking. I don't get to smoke anymore. I really, really miss that. You get to see people, you know, meeting each other or catching with old friends and talking about an idea. And then if you're very, very lucky, the following year, you'll see that idea on the big screen, because in that year that took place, they made the movie. They wrote it, they shot it, they put it out, and that's fucking amazing. So to be able to see all these relationships, and I think film festival, I mean, that's how we've been able to make a lot of the friendships and connections and relationships that we have, is meeting someone at a festival and, you know, getting to know the people that they work with. And it's that disease, that zombie infection pattern that just spreads like a plague, but in the most positive and creatively fulfilling ways. I mean, film festivals are amazing. There are some, I mean, and it's just like anything else in life, you know, there are some that are absolutely amazing, and there are some that are nothing but pomp and circumstance, and they want you to pay, you know, $100 to come to the award ceremony that you may or may not get, or they want you. I've had film festivals like, hey, you won this award, and they'll send you a picture of a fucking amazing trophy, and like, that's so rad. And they're like, now send us $75 and you can have it.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna print the picture.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just there are amazing and not so amazing examples in both, but it's something I think every filmmaker should go through at least once, if not as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of festivals, and that's where I talked to you on the show, but that's where I met you in person. It was at Genre Blast.
Oh yeah, and I love Chad, Nathan, Reagan, Jessica, everyone that runs that. Like it's one of my favorite festivals, and I remember I actually met those guys. I met Chad and Nathan at Crimson Screen. I think it was the same one where I met Felissa. That was an eventful fucking year for me. Because I was there for my show. I had a short called Don't Let the Light In. And also I think Christopher G. Moore had his short Knob Goblins, which I play Snake. Well, I play a character named Snake. So I had to channel my best Kurt Russell for that. But they were telling me, like, we've got a festival. It's going to be up in Virginia. So I'm like, cool. And I went, you know, I submitted stuff for the next year, and it was the very first Genre Blast. And after that first year, like, I was just hooked, because those kids they're beautiful and amazing in every single way, and just very, very creative. And I think I suspect, I have a theory that the film festivals that are sort of run by filmmakers, they get it in ways that festivals that don't have those filmmaker components to their festival staff, some of them just don't get it. And it's not so much, you know, in terms of was it Film Freeway, just in terms of the chain, but the way that a festival handles their communication, beforehand, during and after and stuff like that. Genre Blast has always been sincere and just unconditionally caring about their filmmakers, which I think is amazing. And to be able to screen somewhere like the Alamo Draft House up there is super badass.
Yeah. You can go there and you can order. You don't have to leave. You can eat there. You can. I'm a big coffee drinker. I can order my coffee and refill it all day.
It's beautiful. Like, and even like their host hotels are literally in the same fucking parking lot. You're like,
great.
I'm gonna walk back to the room, and you don't have to.
I didn't even know that. That's
it's great.
Yeah, and Genre Blast is we've got actually Blue Eyed Boy and Mr. Death is screening there, and then I have a screenplay that's a finalist in the script competition, and then another screenplay that's a semifinalist. So to be able to have all that, and just to be able to return to Genre Blast again, like just they're my friends.
People don't know they took a year off, so it's cool that they're
back. They did. Like, and I missed it last year, but that time off allowed me to be able to have 2 screenplays to submit. So I'm like, woohoo! So I missed it very much, but. And I'm glad, and especially, I mean, just because there's so much work that goes into it all year round. It's not just, especially, I think all of us have been involved in festivals in some degree or another. It's not just that one weekend and then you're done and you've got the rest of the year to fuck off. Like, it's a huge Herculean amount of effort that takes a lot of people to do it and to do it well. So I know they needed the time off. They all have their own other creative, exploits and aspects, but I can't wait to go back next weekend. Like, I'm very, very excited.
And that was the only festival I've been to where they did the table reads for the scripts, which I had never had seen in person. That was really fun. Yeah.
There's another one. There's Atomicon, which is in Charleston. That's usually the beginning of May. But the script that I have in the finalist at Genre Blast is a script called Death Calf. And that one was also at Atomicon. And actually it won an award there, which it was absolutely amazing. But they did a script read of it there. And script reads, it's kind of like the screenplay version of sort of like the film festival, because you can have the best screenplay and you can do it through you can send it to all the proofers and get all the comments and compliments that you want. But until you hear it read out loud in front of you, that gives you the most honest and the most brutally honest sense of what works and what doesn't. Because especially as a screenwriter, I'm like, well, all this exposition and dialogue has to be in there. And then you hear it live and you're like, holy fuck, I've got to gut this and this and this and this and this and this. So, I mean, it because, you don't, except that gives you the chance to be able to hear what works and what doesn't. And, so you can see what you can fix, you can see, what you can keep. But, and I think a lot of the film festivals that have the screenplay competitions are kind of going that route, because it does offer it, especially they'll get, a lot of the attending filmmakers involved, whoever's there. So you get, excuse me, you get people that are involved in filmmaking, but maybe not necessarily in that aspect of reading a screenplay. So it's just, it's a fun activity to be able to just sort of build family with.
Yeah. You were involved in the, when I went.
Yeah.
You read it in one of them, which was cool.
I hope I get to do it again, but they haven't emailed me yet. So if anyone from Genre Blast is watching, my inbox is open.
And now that my brother here is retired, I'm going to get him to a festival with me one of these days. I think you'd have a good time. He's never been to one.
Yeah, I haven't been to one yet, so I would like to go.
Well, they're amazing, and they're just so many brilliant ones out there too. Like we've been very, very lucky, very fortunate, very blessed to have had a tremendous run on the festival circuit with several different shorts and with Kill Giggles to feature and stuff like that. So I highly recommend. Like I said, Genre Blast is one of the best out there. They make my heart happy.
Nice.
With a short, there are more platforms now, but what can you do with it after the festival run? Besides put it up on your own YouTube.
I mean, that's about it. Unless you're, excuse me, if you were lucky enough to have put the forethought into it, sometimes you can get it as part of an anthology. But yeah, I mean, aside from you've got YouTube, I mean, even a lot of the online streamers and stuff like that, Tubi and all those things. Amazon was showing, I think they had shorts for a long time, but have since changed the rules and cut back and just make it, I think, a lot more difficult for especially for short filmmakers to be able to get their stuff out there. But again, I mean, I mean, you can put it on YouTube and you can have a decent life, but you can't just put it out there and wait for the masses to flock to it. Like, if you don't tell them that it's out there and that it exists and give them a link and promote the ever loving fuck out of it, you have to drill it into their skulls. Because there are a billion other people out there that have a lot more money than you do and a lot bigger of a team. and they're going to put the money. They're going to buy promotion on Facebook, on Instagram. They're going to pay for that stuff. So I mean, you've got to be able to have the assets, the creative assets that you need. You know, you've got to be able to have the posters, the promotional stills, the behind the scenes stuff, trailers, featurettes. Like, I mean, it doesn't just stop with the movie or the film festival circuit or even like post production. Like, you've got to be able to keep it going. You know, if you want it to have that shelf life. Otherwise, I mean, if you just made the movie and you made it, it's done, and then it goes on a shelf somewhere, that's totally cool too. So I mean, I think ultimately it depends on what you want to do with the movie. I mean, are you making it for yourself? Are you making it for an audience? You know, and that answer is different for every person. So there are interesting ways out there to do it. But I mean, in terms of people trying to monetize their shorts, like that's I think a nigh impossible thing to do, unless you've got such a wealth of shorts and you've got, you know, your dad plays, you know, bangs Doug Jones' accountant or something like that, and he ended up being in your short film. If you've got the names to be able to make it worthwhile, but again, it's a gamble. So I mean, some stuff works, some stuff doesn't, but there's not a tried and true path, I think, for short films anymore. But that may change with, I mean, just people getting bored with Hollywood and people not going to the theaters as much and stuff like that too. Being able to make a movie with, you know, a thing that fits into your pocket is kind of a mind-blowing sort of, you know, technological miracle nowadays.
People always talk about people have short attention spans. So I always think like someone should take advantage of. I see so many great shorts at festivals, and I don't know. I know there's like Alter but they only have a few things. Like, I think someone could have something. I don't know what that would be, but a platform somewhere with it would probably be an already existing platform, and put a lot of shorts in there. I think they would do well. I don't know.
Yeah,
that would be really wild.
Yeah, that would be super rad if it could happen. I would do anything I could to be able to help that make a reality.
The day we can do the severed limbs, like streaming site or something like that.
Jason's was part of one of the severed limbs. That's our virtual short film festival on the show.
That was super rad too, just to be able to, because I think like almost everybody that was commenting were all the filmmakers. So it was just like, I was like,
it was so much fun doing that.
Yeah, it was an online chance to just be able to watch all the comments and to have the you know, your peers, your filmmaking family watch and compliment and notice things about your movie that you never caught before. So I mean, that was the first of its kind of festival like that I'd ever really done. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the first year we did it was right at the beginning of COVID, and I was like, I joked that it was the first virtual festival. I think it was, and I was like, yeah. And then we just had a good time because it is fun, you know, the chat especially. And then we just started doing it as a regular thing because it was a good time, you know, even after COVID was over. And no one has to pay anything; it's free. But I also I understand an actual festival has like expenses and stuff. But now they do even the virtual one because it doesn't matter. But like Film Freeway costs like money to even start even if it's a virtual festival.
Oh God! Well, now and they're charging like processing and handling fees and shit. I'm like, processing what? There's not like a little old lady in a basement like printing a ticket and stamping it.
Yeah, exactly.
The fee shit is just amazing. And I remember because before Film Freeway there was Without a Box, and that site was just a convoluted shit show. Like it was a pain in the ass in every way. And then Film Freeway came out and they're like, this is so easy. And then they started putting like, well, there's Film Freeway Gold and there's Film Freeway this, and you can buy this and pay for that. And it's just like, fuck.
There's no free action. It's just even if I just put up one to take submissions, it's $50, and I don't pay, you know, I don't have anyone pay for submissions, so you know it's fun to do, but do I want to pay $50 and then plus I do all the work involved, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't make it cheap, and a lot of people, they either don't ever think about that part, or they just don't know to think about it. They're like, well, you should make a festival, and I made a movie, so you should put it in there. It's just like, well, I think one of the biggest problems too is a lot of people they'll look at the film festival director as the person in charge of who decides who gets in and who doesn't. And if your movie doesn't get in, then I'm going to send you this nasty fucking email where I whine like a little fucking child because you didn't like my story that I told. And I know a lot of festivals where it's like the directors, you know, they may have their director's choice awards, but they don't have anything to do with submissions, as far as acceptances. Like they'll have, a committee of judges or a whole panel of judges, and those people, sometimes they're known, sometimes they're anonymous, but they're the ones who make the decisions. And the judging sheet on Film Freeway, it's not just I liked it or I loved it or this movie sucked. There's I have a lot of technical categories and requirements that you have to go through for every film. And they're going to fire off their email to the director because you didn't like my movie and fuck you and you don't get it and blah, blah, blah. And I've written those emails before. I haven't sent them. They go in the draft folder, and there's a couple I've sent where it's just kind of I'm asking can I have my submission feedback? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, it's worth a shot. Because again, that stuff, it's not cheap. But it just the festival director is not the one who either made your dreams happen or crushed them and turned them into nightmares. So if your film doesn't get into a festival, and it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen more than you ever wanted to, do not send those emails. Write them out, make a fucking voodoo doll, do whatever you got to do, but don't send an email, because you'll send an email. And the other thing that a lot of people don't think about is film festival directors talk to each other. So if you send this email to so-and-so at this festival, like in Texas, they're going to talk to other people and stuff like that. And you may submit it again to someone like in California or like fucking Nebraska or Maine. And those people already have an idea of what to expect if your movie doesn't get in. So you're not going to get flagged or blackballed, but I mean, you're already going into it with stuff stacked against you. And the competition is too stiff. It's too killer. It's too creative out there to be able to do that. So don't send the email. Just be cool. Be cool.
Yeah. And that'll help you too, because that's also word of mouth. Like, oh, this is hey, this person's cool to have at the festival or whatever, at a convention or whatever it is, and or filmmaking too. Like, obviously everyone's talented to some degree, but if you're fun to be around or you're a good person to be around, it's more likely that people want you there on your film set, as opposed to oh, this person might be really good, but oh, they're a real pain in the ass to have around.
No, yeah, and it's hard, especially with film festivals. I mean, you get in, you get nominated, and you don't win, and that's just, I mean, that's a kick in the crotch by kittens in combat boots, and it's a painful lesson to be able to learn how to get over. But just to sit there and smile and clap, and don't think about your movie that didn't win the thing, but think about your friend who just won something, or just sit there and just be happy for everyone that's there. And it's a bitter pill to swallow sometimes. It's a hard lesson to learn, and it took me a long time to be able to just sort of get to that point where you're just happy to be there. You're happy you got to watch movies. Maybe the movie you watched gave you an idea. So just clap for whoever's up there and just be happy about it. The same thing applies to a film set. I mean, you've got people that they're good at what they do. They can be great behind a camera. They could be a sound wizard, but if they're just a complete cunt to talk to, you don't want to be around them, especially when you're on set for 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 hours. And they just
for multiple days, right?
Yeah, they just keep getting cuntier, and you're like, oh my God, I want you to die horribly. So yeah, I mean, it's the Fonzie rule of life. Just be cool. But again, it's easy to say, it's harder to do, and even harder to practice.
Mm-hmm. So you kind of already talked about it, but Kill Giggles, it's years. You don't know when it's ever gonna come out. Then the trailer comes out, and I've seen you posting about it, and and I feel good for you that it's all these people are watching it. So what is that feeling like? Oh wow, this is actually going to come out, and people are really watching the trailer and sharing it around.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it was one of those things where it very quickly sort of justified a lot of the trouble and turmoil and trials and tribulation we went through. Within that first week, I think I mean, when it passed 10,000 views, I'm like, holy fuck. And then it was 50. I'm like, oh my God. And it got to 100. I'm like, whoa. And there was a while, and I think I need to check it again, but we were outnumbering everything that was on the Lionsgate Coming Soon page. I mean, like multi-million-dollar, budgeted films that had all these celebrities and everything else like that. And the traction that we had those first couple of weeks coming out of the gate was amazing. So to finally be able to do that, and then just to be able to see all the cast and crew shared on social media, and then all so many of my friends and family to be able to see their excitement for me and sharing it and getting it out there, to eyes and ears and stuff like that I don't know about even yet. So it made a lot of it worthwhile. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So I hope that momentum continues to build once the movie comes out. But I mean, and then again, I mean, to be able to go to Lionsgate's YouTube channel and to see it there, and then to be able to see like all the little, I don't know what you call them, doppelganger sites that popped up on YouTube and stuff like that. Like, I mean, just to be able to see those. And there was one, I found one so far at, we found a reaction video to the trailer, and I was like, woohoo! Like, it was those little things like that just sort of, they give your heart the warm fuzzies, because I mean, like, you know, all the accolades, all this shit, all that stuff is fantastic and very reaffirming. But for someone to even take the time to watch your trailer and then to record their own video about them watching your trailer, like, that's just that's a hug around your heart that an award can never match, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, and how can people see it here in 5 days?
I can post a list. Like, I mean, it's gonna be on digital and on demand services. I mean, I think it's damn near gonna be everywhere. It's not like Amazon, you know, I mean, like Amazon, Apple, YouTube, all the different, like, I come from a time of the 1900s where I still call it cable, but all the different, you know, the cable digital streaming platforms, like, it's damn near going to be everywhere. And when they sent us that list, I was just like, holy shit. Like, just even seeing that list, because I mean, it just kept going down and down and down. Like, that was one of those things where it made a lot of the cinematic soul suffering worthwhile.
It is, you know, you mentioned that. That's weird to say I came from the 1900s, because I'm like, well, everyone did. I'm like, no, they didn't actually, did they?
No, that's true. That ancient lost world of the 1900s.
Yeah. I just love saying that, because people are like, no, it is. Like, was it the Alice in Chains, their first album, Facelift, is 35 years old today. I'm like, that can't be 35, because then that means
that's just crazy.
Yeah. But math is a hell of a drug, so I advise to stay away from it.
Yeah, that stuff is really weird when I think about like 80s nostalgia is big. I'm like, oh, that one that long ago. And I'm like, oh, it's 40 years ago. Then I'm thinking, well, in the 80s, and that would have been the same as someone telling me something about from the 40s. And that would have seemed like something like,
good point.
No one was alive in the 40s. Like, what are you talking about? You know?
There was nothing then. The world didn't exist. It was the dark ages.
Yeah. Well, I don't really remember. Like, maybe there was. I just didn't know. I don't think there was like a lot of 40s nostalgia. Oh, I guess that wasn't the greatest time, though. But I think
one could argue this one's not so hot itself. But, you know, I mean, you have to be able to find your joy and your beauty and your happiness where you can. And there's madness and badness and sadness in the world, and it's a flaming fucking dumpster fire. But there is stuff that makes it worth living. I mean, there's stuff worth.
That's a good point, because I had people. I won't say their names, but they were like mad because me and Troy are and some friends of ours are putting together a movie, and they were like basically saying like you shouldn't like do anything in like this terrible time, and it's like, well, I mean, would it be better if we just all lived in misery? Like,
you can't just shut everything.
We kind of are. Like, might as well try to do something. Like,
well, if they didn't have that,
hide away for years, tell me when it's all over.
Well, that was. I mean, that we wouldn't have Universal horror monsters if it weren't for the shit show going on. I mean, like for World War II and all the other, and like the Great Depression, all that shit. Hollywood started pumping money into movies to distract people from how much the real world sucked. And that's one of the most beautiful things about making movies, is because you literally get to craft these cinematic spells of movie magic. And if you can distract somebody, again, and get them to look up from their phone for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 95 minutes, and forget just how much the real world sucks, how shitty their life is, how much, I mean, you don't know if the world's going to fucking be here tomorrow. If you can make them forget about that and laugh or be scared or cry or just be bored, even that, you know, that's a feat in and of itself. So I mean, that's a beautiful thing about making movies, is because the real world does suck, but you know, there are things worth fighting for. There are things worth living, laughing, and loving for. And making movies is part of that. You know, the Willy Wonka quote, you know, we are the music makers, we are the dreamer of dreams. I apply that to filmmaking all the time. I mean, that's, you know, again, like I said, like, it's the greatest instance of playing make-believe that I think one can go through. Because you write something down and then you put it on paper, but then to put it on the screen, to be on set and to see everything unfolding around you in this world literally being put together physically, it's a religious experience at times.
What was like some of the movies that you watched as a kid that made you think like, this is not just that you liked, but like, this is something I'd like to do someday?
I've kind of gone through, I sort of made a list, because I think there were films that made me want to be a filmmaker, like decades before I ever actually came to that realization myself. Desperado, like Robert Rodriguez's Desperado. I remember seeing it in the theater. I'm like, this is like the most beautifully choreographed violence I have ever seen. And then, I mean, and then, to be able to find out, especially about the mute, that soundtrack is fucking unbelievable. And there's that one scene where it's Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek, and you're not even sure whose ass cheek you're looking at, but it's fucking hot. You're like, I don't care whose ass it is.
Yep, doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, you're like, whatever, dude. It's funny, it's fine. So that was one of those movies. I remember seeing Clerks and Reservoir Dogs in the same summer and just being like, whoa. And those were two of those instances that just like it affected me in a way that I didn't realize until about 15 or 20 years later. And then I'm like, oh, that's why, subtle changes in writing style. And I mean, just sort of, an askew view of the universe, how those things changed after being exposed to movies like that. But I grew up watching, excuse me, a lot of Universal horror. Twilight Zone was probably a religious institution in my household. And then, I mean, just, to grow up again, being born in the 1900s and being friends with the video store, going and just, watching the slasher horror, seeing, The Exorcist, which is still, canonically one of the best horror movies out there. But to me, to be able to, Exorcist 3 was the movie that really drove it home for me. Because my dad bore an uncanny fucking resemblance to George C. Scott.
Oh,
like, to a painful degree. Like I remember seeing Firestarter with him in the theater. And like even people in the theater were looking at my dad and looking at his face.
Can we get an autograph, man?
Yeah. But Exorcist 3, like, I would argue that, I mean, that was one of the movies that probably invented and defined the jump scare. Because the nerd
still holds up with the
And every fucking time I watch it, I jump, I get scared. I'm like, and I know it's coming. And I've seen it 100 times. I'll see it 100 more. But, that movie was amazing to me. Watching John Carpenter's Halloween and just watching how the first 14 minutes, looks like one continuous shot. And I'm like, holy shit, that's amazing. And picking up on things about story or lighting before I ever knew about those things as a filmmaker. I think those kind of jumped out at me. But I got into filmmaking because my wife got tired of listening to me bitch about movies. So I'm like, well, they should have done this, or
go make your own.
Well, no, I'm like, it should have been 5 minutes shorter. They should have done this. She's like, all right, well then why don't you fucking do it? I'm like, fine, I will then. I'm like, shit. And then I had to do it, and I haven't stopped since. So I mean, she probably regrets that conversation to a certain degree, but I might not be where I am today if it weren't for her. Well, I mean, yeah, to every degree, but especially with filmmaking.
Well, when you start like making, because I assume you didn't go to like film school, so like, what were some of the things like, just technically, or I don't know, did you go on other film sets? I know a lot of my friends like listen to commentary tracks and different things.
Yeah, I never really got into any of that. Like I did, I was on a short film called The Tontine, which was based off a story that Scott Hampton wrote for Hellraiser magazine, like a long time ago. And then after that, I got involved with the 48-hour film competition. And I had friends that had done it the year before, but that's when I was in Hawaii on my honeymoon. So I'm like, next year I want to do it. It sounds super rad. Let's give it a shot. So I went in as a screenwriter. Didn't know dick about formatting or screenwriting or anything else. So like, I think ultimately I wrote like a 7-page prose paragraph. I'm like, fuck your scene settings. And it's just like, blah, 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 blah. But we put that short film, and that was a short film called Z-Day. And due to some actually miraculously clever editing at the end, we got a honorable mention for best writing. And in my head, that made me an award-winning screenwriter. I'm like, woohoo!
Oh, yeah.
So then it spiraled down there. And then it was a 45-minute film. It's not long enough to be a feature, and it's not short enough to be a short. And then in retrospect, it was the dumbest fucking length we could have made a movie, because people were like, we don't know what to do with it. But it was one of those things of just, being a writer. I ended up being one of the main lead actors in it, which that wasn't part of the plan, but just seeing how things worked on both sides of the camera, and then being able to make friends with this person, and they needed a grip on a film shoot they were doing in a couple of weeks. So you go and you help out on someone else's set, and you see how things work. And to me, that was a greater educational lesson than going to a formal or traditional film school for me. Because you can read shit in a book, you can watch shit in a PowerPoint, you can do all that stuff like that, but all that stuff, I mean, it's like communism. Like, it works great in theory, it goes to shit in practice. So like all the great theories and all this other stuff like that, you know, it sounds great in words, but words on a film set when you've got like $25 for craft services and you're going to have 20 people there for 10 hours.
No.
It takes a lot more than words to be able to make that work and to be able to pull it off. So I learned a lot of lessons in just watching, because I mean, I was just a writer for a while, probably maybe the first 2 or 3 years. And then I started getting into directing because the people I was writing for, the directors, like, they just didn't get it. Or it wasn't that they didn't get it. They didn't do it the way I wanted it.
Mhm.
So again, it's one of those things where I was like, well, then you fucking do it. I'm like, curse your feminine wiles. So then I did, but I was told I had a very directorial way of writing, and I put too much direction in it. So I'm like, well, then I'll just direct a script, and I don't give a shit how I write it, because when I write
there you
it,
go.
I know what I want to see in my head. I know what I want to see on screen. So it just sort of eliminated some of the middle people involved in it. But again, you know, being able to, you know, I mean, I'm a writer and director. We've been blessed to win a lot of awards, but I'll still go help on a friend's set and hold the boom mic, and then just do that, because again, I mean, just, you can see how people work. You can see how they work together. You can see what works, what doesn't work, how, you know, how to be able to keep the calm, keep the peace, keep people happy, keep a mood of levity on set 10 hours into it, to still get people to be able to do their best when they're not, when you can't afford to pay them a fraction of what they're worth, to be able to keep that momentum going on an independent film set. I just learned that by watching other people.
I think that's great advice, honestly.
Without a
Just me
doubt.
being part of, you know, independent movies is, like you said, I wouldn't know any of that stuff unless I was just there, being on other sets. And if you just not even with the mindset like, oh, I'll take this in and know what I'm doing, you just do, because you're there around all this stuff going on.
Yes, sir.
You just, you know. And also,
reading a book.
what you said about the first writing too, because like I've read scripts, but I don't know how to technically do all. And so my friend Michael Epstein, who you also know, when I was writing Arbor Day,
Michael Epstein and Sophia. I love Michael.
yeah, both are amazing, and I owe a lot to them. And he was just like, just write it and don't worry about like if the script is technically put together right. Don't even worry about that. And I was like, and that was actually really helpful advice, because then I was just free to write what I think is fun, and then I've read it with other people and they think it's fun, and it's technically maybe not correct, you know. But again, we're also going to make the movie, so it doesn't really matter if it's
if it
right.
works, it works. That's one of the greatest things I've noticed. Like, since we've been doing the show, like we've been doing it, what, 19 years?
20 years.
20 years now.
Wow, that's
and
impressive.
this like new generation, and I don't know like when it really started, but kind of that independent, like, it's okay, we'll learn trial and error. We'll
I think
just
a lot
go
of it is
out,
people
get it
growing up with
done.
YouTube. Like you can just learn, you
It's
can look at stuff
amazing
on
to watch.
YouTube.
And like in time after time, you get these people with this amazing work ethic, this great, like, just vision of what they want. And they're all so helpful with each other. It's amazing to see. I really, really love it. There's not like a, well, screw you, I'm doing my own thing. It's like, well, let me help you, show you what I learned, trial and error,
Oh yeah, that's a big
and
part of
then you're
Michael and
going to help
Sophia.
me.
Definitely.
And it's amazing. I love to see it with everybody. It's so like just the opposite of like that cutthroat nature you'd think would be happening, and more of like a creative, like, come on in, we're all inclusive. I love it. I just think that's the greatest thing to happen.
Yeah, there's a quote I saw a long time ago that, you know, I mean, your first draft doesn't have to be perfect; it just has to be. And that's like, you know, it's the same thing with a movie. I mean, you know, regardless of the production quality, the budget, the level, whatever like that, if you make a movie, like, that's a beautiful thing, and no one can ever take that away from you. No one can ever unmake your movie. You birthed something into this world that did not previously exist, and that can make somebody mighty. So I mean, the screenplay is the same thing. I mean, just because, I mean, a lot of people, particularly with the advent of social media, the level of braggadocios has increased exponentially, because everyone's like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and me, and look at me and tell me I'm pretty and blah, 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 blah. But to be able to have the follow through, to write the screenplay that you said you're going to write, to have the wherewithal and the existential fortitude to make the short film that you said you're going to make, even if it takes you a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 years to make, to do it and to stick with it, is an amazing feat. Because I mean, that's creating something. That's not just talking about it. That's not just, hyperbole and zeros and ones. I mean, it's a fantastic, mythical, magical feat.
Martin says I'm too poor to direct, but I think if you listen, go on there's probably, as Jaysen was saying, there's going to be people in your area that make movies. They might be like super low budget, and that's fine. But I just get involved with them, and at the very least, I think you'll have a good experience, and it might lead to making stuff with fun people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The 48-hour film festival competitions. I mean, it's international. It's sort of everywhere, and different times have different dates when they do it. But I mean, like that's a trial by fire. I think every filmmaker should go through. So I mean, you literally have 48 hours to make a 4 to 7 minute film. So a lot of people, it's like, and you're not allowed to have anything done in advance. Like, I mean, you have to write it one night, shoot it the next day,
wow.
Edit it the next. And then, so, I mean, you get, and each film has like a required, there's like a required line of dialogue, a required character, and a required prop. You show up at a live event, you draw your genre, and then you've got to write that fucking script that night so that you can start shooting it as early as either that night or the next morning, so that you can get it edited and turned in by Sunday at 7. So, I mean, it's a trial by fire. That's how that tests your movie making mettle. Because no matter how much you can plan, or how much, how rich your fucking parents are, what kind of toys you've got, if you can pull that shit off in 48 hours, regardless of the quality, that's a beautiful thing. So, I mean, that's a wonderful place to be able to just join a team, even if you don't have your own team. Some people can write and can't direct. Some people can direct and don't want to write. So, I mean, you can find your spot, find your niche, find a team that needs a director, and join, or start going to film festivals, because you would be amazed that you may run into a screenwriter who's like, well, I've got this idea, I've got this script, but I don't know what to do with it. And you want to direct, and you make friends with that person who wrote that script, and then the two of you get together, and then you become a tag team, and you figure out who that's got a camera, who that's got a microphone, whose mom you can sweet talk to do craft services, whatever you can do to make the film. And again, your first film is going to suck. Your first 5 films might suck. All of your films might suck, but they're your films, and no one can ever take that away from you. So directing, like I said, and directing, I don't know if that requires the expense. Post-production requires expense. Paying for sound is something that's vitally important. But in terms of being too poor to direct, the opportunities are out there. You just you have to know where to find them and know where to look for them. But I would say, online film forums, community film forums, a lot of counties, states, and stuff like that will have their own film commissions. So, I mean, you can just sort of make friends with people that are already involved in the scene, and find out where that hole is, where that niche is, where you can sort of, squeeze yourself, and then just go from there.
Todd quality greetings from Todd. Hello, Todd. He's does reviews on the website.
Hi, Todd.
Yeah.
Wait.
Maybe you can review Kill Giggles at some point.
Permissive Signer X says best followers on streamboo.com. I bet that's a legit site.
Yeah, it sounds legit. It's like .e3z.
Too legit to quit. Like, again, from the 1900s, for all the people out there that are old.
Yeah. So it's just streaming on many different places: Instagram, Twitch, Kick. But for the best, I can't see the comments everywhere. So if you go to the YouTube, will be the easiest way for me to see the comments, because I see Robert Turman is commenting here on Facebook. He says a chance meeting with Sky Elobar is how he got involved in filmmaking.
Ooh, very nice.
Very cool.
Sky Elobar is a cool man. Yeah.
Cool.
So genre blast this weekend. Was that?
I said I always forget about the comments. I'm like, then I'll get lost. I'm like, I'm ignoring all the questions because I'm reading like an hour's worth of comments. Yes, Genre Blast. Genre Blast, the 9th incarnation of Genre Blast, in Winchester, Virginia. And there's gonna be some amazing shit this year. I am very, very excited. Like Greg Sisko's doing a live comedy stand-up bit.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be super dope. Like I'm really excited about this year. They're doing script. I think script readings are on Sunday. But just like there are so many, like there's some amazing features. Like I think it's the Virginia premiere or whatever of Gush, which I can't wait to see. Brian Williams and Ellie Church and Jason Crow and Ellie Church, who was also in Kill Giggles. So again, we've mildly come full circle in one of those weird oval loop thingies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ellie Church is also in Kill Giggles. Very cool. Yeah, I just pulled up. Yeah, and the shirt is very sweet. I have to say, the new Genre Blast shirt this year.
Oh, I can't wait. I hope they do like an 80s male crop top though. Reagan, if you're watching 80s male crop top, I wear a size large. I will totally rock that shit in a heartbeat.
All right. Maybe once, and if they don't have one, maybe someone can make one for you.
We can make one, yeah. I bet Sophia could do it. Like, I'll buy a shirt and just give it to Sophia, and then like pay her to make it fucking awesome.
Oh, Sophia will be there. So Sophia Castiola, yeah.
She makes everything awesome. So I mean, it's when I have their Christmas cards on my wall right there. So super dope.
Yes, they have a very fun, and so we made the movies together. So we won awards different places, and we split them up. But I do have the Genre Blast award here, which I am very proud of, and it's got some cobwebs here, which
cool.
That's for ambience.
Yes, exactly. It makes it very creepy, and
it's not phallic at all.
No. That's why I love it. But the Once a Feature Smash Genre Blast Forever Award.
Genre Blast, yeah, they're one of my favorite film festivals around. Like I said, we've been able to be there several years in a row. So just to be able, and again, it's one of those things because sometimes you'll submit a film and you'll pay the money and you don't get in, and it sucks balls. But if you can afford it, if you can make it happen, still go to the festival, because I mean that to me is sort of a degree of credibility that even to be able to support your fellow filmmakers, your friends, your family. And just go and watch, because you may see someone's movie there, then that sparks an idea, and that idea turns into a screenplay, and that screenplay gets made into a movie, and you take that movie back the next year and you win all the awards. So you just never know. But festivals like that are I think probably one of the most rewarding aspects of independent filmmaking, because we don't have those ultimate distribution outlets out there, especially for short films.
When we went to Genre Blast, so I had flown out to Michael and Sophia's. I was staying with them for something, and then we all flew together to Genre Blast. And Aaron Baracus, who edited the movie, came out with us.
Oh, I love Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron's great, and it's like an hour or so from the airport. And I was like, "Where are we going? We're like out in like the mountains, something." Like, is anyone going to be there? But it's like all these weirdos like coming to the and in the middle of nowhere, in my opinion. And I'll watch these crazy movies together, and it really was a really special time.
Just to the left of the middle of nowhere, really. So
right.
But you're driving around just nothing for miles. It's like the Luray Caverns, and you're like, oh, this is nice. And you have one bar on your phone, and then you get to a massive intersection off the interstate, and there's an Alamo Draft House, and it's like, I mean, it's like it's cinematic nirvana for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, on the way there, I really was like, why did they want me to go here? But I was like, oh, it turned out awesome.
Think you're going into a horror flick.
Yeah. Well, I've driven home from Genre Blast and then written down ideas for screenplays. I mean, it's just like, I think that's one of the beautiful things about making movies, is because, and I wrote a series of columns several years back called The Independent Filmmaker's Guide to the Real World, because it's always like the real world guide to filmmaking. But once you make a movie, regardless of where you're at in that process, especially if you're writing and directing and you're behind the camera, and you're part of pre-production, production, and post-production, you can never look at the world the same way ever again. I mean, like if you're driving down a country road and it's dark and you're like, well, shit, that's where someone could die, or you put the monsters there, or you're thinking about where you'd put the camera, or I would do this and this and this. And like 45 minutes later, like you've written a treatment for a short screenplay in your head.
That's fantastic though.
Walking down a dark hallway and you're like, something's going to jump out right there. I mean, the most quotidian and mundane things you never approach in the same way once you make a movie. And I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world.
That's kind of how I wrote Arbor Day, was because I walk a lot, and I live in rural areas, like a lot of trails, and so I wrote a movie about killer trees. So,
nice.
Yeah. And most of it was I would just talk into my phone and act out scenes, and then I was like, I can't just send people a bunch of crazy rambling audio files, so I had to write it down onto paper. or not paper, but onto virtual paper, I guess.
Well, I say it's still like everything I write, like I have to write everything out longhand, and then I'll revise it and revise it and revise it and revise it, and then I'll type it. But I can't. I've never been able to just write at a computer because that little blinking fucking cursor just sits there taunting me and mocking me.
Mhm.
But to me, there's just something palpable about having a pen in my hand and putting the pen to paper, and then you have a physical record of your thoughts, of your process, of your art, of your creativity. And I keep a lot of the, like, I'm a horrible or a wonderful pack rat, depending on which way you look at it. But I'm still like, I'll keep all the drafts of my scripts, I'll keep the notes, I'll keep everything. Just because to me, I mean, that's an important part of the process. So the people that can just sit down at a computer and just type, I mean, they completely perplex me and amaze me because I've never been able to do that. Maybe someday when I grow up, but not anytime in the near future.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have been able to do that either, but I can listen to my audio notes. And
Exactly.
sometimes a couple of stuff I wrote when I was in Boston, and I assume people just thought I was insane because I would think of something like, oh, I gotta record this, and I would act out all the different characters, and I assume I probably looked insane, but whatever.
Well, and it's a problem. I mean, back in the 1900s, you would have been insane, but nowadays with all the Bluetooth,
right.
Like the earpods and the AirPods and the Airheads, everyone's just walking around talking to themselves anyway. So you don't know if they're knee deep in a fucking Zoom video call or if they're just fucking crazy. I went for a walk today. I have there's a movie I'm acting in this weekend. It's a wraparound for an anthology called Into the Void. And I wrote like all my shit, like the first 3 words of every 13 pages of dialogue. I just rehearsed the entire thing on a walk. So I mean, I went through like all my gestures, all my gesticulations, and everything else like that, and probably looked batshit insane. But I mean, I can't really look any batshit insaner than I already do, so it should be okay. Yeah, I put my AirPod in, so it looked like I was talking to somebody.
But... right? Yeah, they're not even on or
anything. Really cool.
Yeah. It's fine. Where can people follow you? Not back to your home or anything, but to see what you're up to.
I don't want to hear that. We are all over the socials, madonesfilms.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, Twix, whatever the fuck it's called now, /MadOnesFilms. On Instagram, we're the Mad Ones Films because I forgot my password and those cunts wouldn't let me back in. They're like, "You're not you." I'm like, "Who the fuck am I?" So I had to set up a new account. So that one is the Mad Ones Films, but otherwise it's Mad Ones Films, not Madone's Films, like I've heard a couple people pronounce it. I'm like, okay, like it makes us sound like
go with that, yeah,
very very romantic. But yeah, just everything is Mad Ones Films. We don't have a tiki-taki. I don't understand that. We're on CB Radio, Clown Killer 666. You want to find us there.
Friendster.
We used to have a MySpace, but I don't know if that shit's still around anymore.
Yeah, that was the first social media we had. This was quite a while ago. I tried to log back into it, but I couldn't figure out how to. It's there, but I don't know how to log into it anymore.
We didn't know how good we had it then, dude. That first friend being Tom, and you had like a song you could play, and like you
had to I love that.
You had to learn how to code to to make everything look cool on your page.
Yeah, now it's just like Zuckerberg vomits on something, and everyone just fucking polishes a turd. And you're like, oh, it's good. It's not good, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, and I remember one of our listeners, they were like, well, this new thing, Facebook. I'm like, nah, I don't care. And they're like, do you care if I make you one? And I was like, do whatever you want. And it's the one we still use. But I guess now Facebook is... Yeah.
It's just a fad.
Yes. So now anytime a new one pops up, I do join it, and usually nothing ever happens with them, but there's Without Your Head on all the different pages.
I think we have Blue Sky too, but I don't remember what the login is. And then if I think of Blue Sky, I always start singing ELO in my head. So it's kind of win-win. I'm like, hey, Mr. Blue Sky, and then I forget about logging in, and then it just all fucks off.
And Baby Groot starts dancing around, you know.
I don't think you can never really go wrong with ELO. I remember speaking because Samantha Kolesnik is involved with Genre Blast Books, but she had written a short called Mama's Boy, and Nathan Ludwig also had a cameo in it. But I ended up playing like I don't know. I was in drag and I looked fan-fucking-tastic. I'm like, it was almost like that Silence of the Lambs moment where it's like, I'd fuck me. I remember, like,
Yeah,
going
once
up
you do
the
the tuck, you know it's on.
yeah, no, what yeah, the after the tuck, it's all downhill from there, or up, I guess, depending on your angle of the dangle. But I remember getting my makeup done and stuff like that. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. Alan Rowe Kelly was the brilliant soul who was doing the makeup on me. And we were just sitting there talking because we had met the night before, and it was just kind of awkward and uncomfortable silence. And I was like, do you like music? I'm like, can we listen to music while we do this? And she was like, well, what do you want to hear? I'm like, I got some stuff. So I think I played like ELO's greatest hits. She's like, I love ELO. And we instantly fucking bonded like that. And I'm pretty sure my makeup looked like 666% better because of just that bond that came through music. And that's I appreciate you, Todd, because I think everyone should be an ELO fanatic. But music has always played a very important part in the movie making that I do anyway. There's probably 4 or 5 soundtracks that I can write to. Everything has to be instrumental. I can't hear anything with singing or words because I already have enough voices in my head anyway. So music has always played a very powerful part of my life. But that was an instance on a film set where just one playlist brought 2 people together, and then like Alan is just an amazing filmmaking friend. So I would love to be able to see her again. It's been too many moons, too long. But ELO forever. And Blue Sky.
Jaysen should see my dance in Santa of the Lambs, my music video. I've not seen that myself.
I think I kind of have to now. So yeah.
Yeah, I would play it on the show, Todd, but I don't know. I don't know if it would get me kicked off YouTube or something. I'm not sure what's happening in this dance. If there's a lot of talking
the show's
involved.
over, I guarantee 3 people will be watching
it. Make that 4, dude. I want to be in it.
All right, very cool. Well, it was awesome to have you back. And honestly, congratulations on Kill Giggles and getting out there for people to see and have a great time at Genre Blast.
I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to be had by you.
Yes, I hear that often. I really don't. But
it's a pleasure to be had by the both of you. It's like a cinematic split roast,
Yeah, so we'll have to do it again. I think this has been a long time between these last 2, so we'll do it sooner.
It is. I would appreciate that. That would be awesome to catch up with you again, sir.
Yeah. All right. We will talk to you soon. Have a good one.
Yep. Thanks.
Good, brothers.
All right. Good night. I removed him because I always feel bad removing the person, but I know it's awkward for them to remove themselves. So
yeah, sometimes it's kind of like, geez, where do I go now?
Yeah, and I'll always feel awkward about doing it.
Try to ease into the back.
I'll never not feel awkward about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Todd, is this safe to play on the show? I will play it if you want. Let us know, Todd. Is it YouTube friendly? I assume it's not, because I've seen a lot of Todd things, and even his reviews on our site. I'm sometimes when I go to post them,
no
I'm like,
guarantee.
am I allowed to post it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a prude or anything. And Todd is the only person I've ever drawn an 8-bit penis of.
I like.
Maybe there'll be more in the future. I don't know. But let's see.
Might be one day we might all have one at some point.
That'll be the future.
Yep.
I had to really study. No, I'm just kidding.
It'll be like the new plaster caster thing. You're gonna have the 8-bits for everybody. Back in the 60s, everybody had the plaster caster, but
apparently it is not safe.
Oh, okay. So this will be something once we're off the air. We'll have to check out.
There's a version that only shows his butt. Now, does that mean that's all? The whole video is just his butt, or does that mean?
I hope so. That's kind of cool in itself.
Full frontal, I guess. I don't know. I could have shown you the full photo to go by. Well, maybe if we go to 16-bit, but 8-bit, penis is penises in the summertime.
That sounds like a happy tune, like a summertime kind of whistle along to it song.
Yeah. So, Toxic Avenger is coming out next weekend, and Todd reviewed that a couple years ago at Beyond Fest, and then people thought it was never going to come out or whatever, but it's actually coming out next week. And they're doing a double feature at our friends Gardena Cinema, and I don't think it's LA, but it's around there. They're doing Mr. Melvin, which is, if you don't know, it's Toxic Avenger 2 and 3. Originally, it was supposed to be one movie. They split it into 2 movies to try to make more money. And so they found the original script and they re-edited 2 and 3 to try to make one better movie, is the idea, I guess. And so that's going to be playing with the Toxic Avenger double feature.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yes. So I've not had a chance. I don't think that's right that someone reviews for our site has seen the Toxic Avenger, but I haven't seen it. So there we go, Toxic Avenger, Mr. Melvin. I'm a huge fan of the original Toxic Avenger, and I really want to like this new one. I will say I saw the transformation scene, and I was not very impressed. But people tell me it's really so we'll see. This is cool too. If you're 40th anniversary Reanimator, there's a cool T-shirt, limited edition T-shirt at Alamo Draft House.
Oh, I'm loving it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I kind of want to go buy it, but there's no price of it on the website. I'm not trying to be a cheapskate, but usually that's a bad sign.
Like, yeah.
Well, especially I don't want to pay
after
$50 for it.
The last popcorn bucket, the Galactus one, and then you find out it's $80, and it's like, holy shit! And I don't know if you even get popcorn in it for that.
Like that's then another $20.
Another $10 for that.
I did like the by the way, happy birthday to Tara's mom. It's her mother's birthday today, so that's why she's not here tonight. She just messaged me, but yeah, so she'll be back next week probably. What was like? Oh, the Toxic Avenger popcorn bucket was cool.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, it looks so good, and I think it's like what, $20. It's not.
Yeah, I think Todd said it was $17.
Oh, so it might even be cheaper. Like,
yeah, you do get popcorn. All right.
Oh, see, now that's even better because you're probably paying $10 for a large popcorn anyway.
Yes, people don't know Todd works at a movie theater, and he's one of the people that would not like me because I smuggle in stuff.
Yeah, but he knows now. He'd have the wand on you.
Yeah, you got the this thermos I bring everywhere. It's got the John Blast sticker on it, filled with coffee. There's one guy who works at my AMC, and he like everyone else doesn't care, but this one guy, and he always has combat boots, and he's just kind of looking around everywhere. And like if I bring in a coffee that's not in the thermos, he like makes you pour it out. I'm like, you guys don't even sell coffee here.
Speaking of coffee, let me go get a refill.
What? All right, no problem. I'm gonna play a couple trailers here. Some fine folks send in trailers, so we will play them.
Awesome.
If you want to send in a trailer in the future, you can email me at withoutyourhead@gmail.com or message me on whatever.
No trailers. I send you the trailer, but I haven't.
Troy and I are Italian, so it's not offensive.
That's it. Or if you were, Chico Marx. if you were an old Jewish fella from,
If you can't watch, well, I can't really do anything without coffee. I literally drink it all day. But if I'm there for I usually go and I watch like 3 or 4 movies. So I like to drink coffee throughout the whole time. Plus, no one needs to know this, but after I quit drinking, I became a coffee snob. Used to be I'd be like a bourbon snob and this gets hints of blah, 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 of oak and all this stuff. And then I became that same way with coffee. I used to think that was a bunch of bullshit. It's got a hint of caramelized brown sugar. It's like, no, it doesn't. It's just a bunch of shit you say. But no, it does. Or at least I tell myself that. I like to make your own soda machine vanilla. Yeah, I do too. Those are sweet. All right, here we go. Here we go with the trailer. Manicorn. Just turning down the music just because I know, hey, look at that guy. That's pretty sweet. So next week on the show, we will be joined live by Jim McDonough, the man in this movie. He's the director, the well, not the actually co-written by Michael Epstein. I was gonna call him out and say this guy's got a really big ego. He wrote it, directed it, is in it. But no, Michael Epstein co-wrote it. So, all right, I'm giving him a pass. But super fun. If you've never seen a Jim McDonough short film, I'd highly recommend it. They're insane. Super fun. He makes them with his kids. Look at that dude. That guy's a good actor. That bald guy. And this is his first feature film. He makes them on a green screen with his, like I said, with his family. And this includes all kinds of Boston friends. So this is just filled with local filmmakers of the Boston area, which is really fun. We go to a Boston Underground Film Festival, and this is just filled with people from that. This is 213 Bones. This is playing at Fright Fest this weekend.
I'm going to be tied up.
These are the things. These are the things that make you bleed.
Very Giallo-esque.
Good afternoon, class. Today is your group assignment.
Guys, how did we miss this?
You see right here on this idyllic campus, in the bushes,
I know dog skulls.
in the trees,
That ain't no dog.
around every corner, there's danger.
A student stumbled across the dead body in the library.
And you never know.
For people who don't know, I've been doing a ton of interviews for
You never know
Fright
what's
Fest.
next.
I think there's 11 up on the website, up on the
Oh, wow.
YouTube page. So subscribe, hit the like button to watch those right here. Share them out, leave some comments, and make them nice. Pretty sweet eyeball.
I dug that eyeball.
Yeah. I hear Troy, he's just watching.
I'm lurking.
Be careful. There's a lot of weirdos out there.
What's the significance of
213 bones. Interesting.
That how many bones
I
are
don't
in
know.
the body?
We've always been a space case, but this is getting
This is,
ridiculous.
the
Where's your head
haunted
at? What's going on?
It's this haunted forest thing, that I've been doing on the weekends. I mean, this
Well, I
is
interviewed
amazing.
the director of this. This was
It's like a
filmed in
whole
an actual
carnival.
famous haunt.
And that's a
Oh, nice.
Who's ready to get scary?
Yeah, I think I just posted that
Get in the
today. It's
makeup
up
and
on
get
the
set. You have
YouTube.
2 hours.
Anything I should know about it?
I
someone seems
saw
a little
him
nervous.
there.
Definitely target them.
With no chain on it, it's completely harmless.
Seemed like a pretty cool guy.
I've posted a lot of interviews.
Just
so
a haunted house. It's just for fun.
it's a really fun movie, but it, of course, sort of like Kill Giggles, where it's also, horrific, because I think Death by
Come off from the
Hanging
haunted forest.
is not like a fun time.
Hey, can I show
Oh,
you something?
yeah. That's a pretty evil way to go.
I like this
Get some
trailer.
things
It's well made.
Of course.
Like, who would go to a haunted forest where people actually die?
Ladies and gentlemen, relax. Enjoy yourselves.
That's the worst it gets.
And remember,
You got your hand.
any screaming that you may hear is all just part of the show. Or at least, let's hope so.
Who would have thought? Death sells.
Good Boy. This is one that's been people have been really looking forward to.
Oh, the doggy doesn't die, does it? Because I probably won't be watching it then.
I believe he's the hero. I believe he's the main character of the movie. It's all
Oh, okay.
told through the dog.
All right, then I'm good. Mm.
I guess I'm next. I shall never come here.
Now that looks very fun. We all love dogs here.
Yeah.
Before we go this one, I want to bring this up about Spiegel because, yeah, the co-writer of Evil Dead 2, he passed away.
Oh no. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, it's been although now it's I'm not really. I saw it all over Facebook earlier that he passed away, but maybe he didn't.
You never know with things like that. So many times you hear those rumors and then turns out to be just that.
Yeah, I saw earlier that he passed away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because now I'm seeing all this stuff that he's still alive. So maybe well, hopefully he's all right. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully all is well with the man.
Let's see here. Yeah. Did he actually? I heard yes and no. Yeah, I'm not sure because earlier today I saw it everywhere and I saw people sharing about that he passed away, but it's not anywhere on his like Wikipedia or anything. So I'm not really sure if anyone can let us know if they know for sure one way or the other. All right. Let's see here. So that was a Good Boy. The next one is Unseen. This was a trailer sent to us.
Why? I know it's you, Amy. Why did you do it? Why?
I know what I heard. I swear to God I heard my ex in that phone call.
I just can't see him doing this.
This was sent to me by Steve Merlo on Facebook.
Being stalked by my ex.
Oh, okay.
Just Steve Merlo. They just signed a deal with Bayview Entertainment. Yeah. It's coming out in a couple weeks.
You made promises, Amy. You said we'd be together forever.
one looks cool. All right, and that might be the last one. I'm not sure yet. That's the last one that we've sent in this week. But thank you
Okay.
guys.
Yeah, I liked all of those trailers.
And we're actually, I believe, going to be doing a meeting either this weekend or next week. Can't remember what. About some upcoming themed shows here
Nice.
on Without Your
Looking
Head.
forward to it. I think we let one of them slide, though. Or I mean,
I
kind
did,
of
yeah,
slip earlier.
yeah. So if you were listening, you may know what next month will be. But we'll be having some videos up soon. Tara and me, AJ, and Troy will be putting those up. So when I
I'm
send
totally
out the link
geeked
here,
about it. It's going to be a ton of fun.
yes. So here's the link if anyone would like to join in and talk about whatever. It's funny, I've been getting a lot of people sending me these because this has been like on real news sites about Stuttering John is suing podcasters, Shuli and
Oh my God.
and,
You're not one of them, are you? That he's
no,
doing?
no, but I've been on all these shows, so I've got like people like messaging me about it.
That's
Anthony!
We got Todd, we got Anthony, all is well in the world.
Todd
I'm doing good.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
Todd in the bucket. There was a
Anthony's
Todd.
getting that bucket too when he goes to see this movie.
and for Troy, the one I mentioned that sold out was that Galactic guy. That
okay.
thing,
The giant
that
Galactus.
one did come with popcorn. They all come with popcorn. I think you get a refill for that visit. But the thing is, yeah, that thing was $85,
Yeah.
and I saw couples coming in buying each one, and we sold out. And the weird thing was, for something like that, can you guys hear me okay? Because my microphone's a bit okay.
Yep, you sound real good.
For something like that, though, it's. I think those are mainly collectible. You really shouldn't put popcorn in them. But I've seen people go over to the butter machine and just look, and I'm like, no, you're gonna have to.
Oh yeah.
It's
if you're shelling out that kind of investment, like I would keep that sucker so pristine. You know, just
I'm keeping my Superman popcorn bucket.
Yeah, you just, I don't know. People think maybe it makes them. It's like when kids used to sit and read the cereal boxes when they were, when we were kids. It's like they want to enjoy the movie more by eating out of their bucket, but then they don't realize those things, let's face it, they don't really hold much popcorn to begin with, but ruining them with oily substance.
Oh yeah. Any of them that are painted or anything like that, because that's what I saw.
How's everybody doing? How are you, Neil, Todd, and TT? How you doing? How's everybody's day?
Everything's good, Anthony. How about with you, my friend?
Very good. I'm taking a break from Facebook.
Oh, okay. Sometimes
you just rejoined Facebook and you're already taking a break. You can't make up your mind.
I'm good and everything. I'm graduating from my training soon.
Nice.
Well, that's good.
I'm seeing Toxic Avenger. I'm turning 42.
42.
The big 42.
Yep.
I can't
Thank
believe
you.
I'm 20 years older. Oh my
You're
God.
a bouncing baby boy right now, Anthony.
Yeah, you're the youngest person on the show, Anthony. Did you know that?
Yeah, I am. I'm the youngest. I'm doing good and everything. God is good and everything. All y'all good.
No,
I'm good.
I'm just scratching by.
Me too. Watching movies. I just saw Weapons, by the way.
Oh, what'd you think of it?
Did you enjoy it?
It was scary. It was scary good.
Yeah. Neil and I
most
weren't
people love
crazy
it.
about it.
Yeah, me and Troy are one of the only two people who didn't like it. But
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Weapons.
I haven't seen it yet, but I did watch the Indian film War 2.
Wow.
A few nights ago, and that was
looking forward
really,
to Toxic Avenger.
Yeah. Here's the, like I said, I was told that there's a possibility that the version I saw 2 years ago might have been the R-rated cut, and that what's released now is unrated. I don't know for sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't see like a rating on this one.
No, it's being released unrated into theaters. We're treating it as an R-rated film. We will card teenagers, but apparently someone said, "Oh, it's possible that the version you saw at the special screening was the cut version, and that Legendary was going to release."
Wow.
I don't know.
I'm about to go. If I get Toxic Avenger, if I go see Toxic Avenger movie, I'm going to get the poster.
Oh, you better.
Yes.
See, unlike Neil, I'm not a huge fan of the original. Not a huge
I love
fan.
the original.
Yeah, I really enjoy the original.
I met Lloyd Kaufman several times in my life.
The best.
Nice
I think
guy.
it's the best trauma movie. I think it's one of the best exploitation, low budget, 80s movies. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And I watch it again.
You have your Jangel shirt on there.
Yes, yeah.
I love
actually
it.
have some of these left, so if people don't know, Troy drew this for.
You got to make me my shirt, Troy. You got to make me the Anthony Chabot shirt with the bald head.
I definitely
will. Conrad used to sell these at
Django,
conventions.
nice.
From Plan 9 from Outer Space, and this was for his movie Gal. So I still have some of them left. If anyone would like to buy one.
And Monday I'm going to a party. I'm going to a pizza party Monday.
Nice.
I think I have medium, large, and maybe an extra large left, but a medium and large is left if anyone would like to buy them.
Maybe 3X, you know.
Oh yeah, I like 3X, even though I'm more a 2X.
3X
I like them big.
You know, I'm doing good and everything. You know, I had a good week. You know, I had red chicken. You saw the community tabs on that. The red chicken.
He loves red chicken.
Yeah. It was yummy.
What is red chicken?
Red chicken is like where you put the red satson in it and you cook it.
All right, sounds good.
Anthony's
if that's spicy, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Is it spicy, Anthony?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, see, I can't handle that. If I go to something like Del Taco and I get a burrito, I tell them no sauce. Absolutely.
You're like Troy and our mom. She doesn't like any spice, not even black pepper.
You know me. Tomorrow I'm gonna have McDonald's.
I thought you'd do the Wendy's. I thought Friday was Wendy's.
I'm just trying to take a break from it, you know.
Okay.
Anthony's Mr. Rockefeller if he can afford to eat at fast food restaurants.
Oh yeah, he's living the dream.
I'm in the dream. Hopefully I get some acting roles one day.
Hell yeah, there you go.
Always that chance. And and Troy, we need to do something with the Walmart only had the DVD guy.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, they need to put the 4-part biopic on VHS, you know, my 4-part biopic on VHS and DVD.
I've been fiddling around. I should have a bunch of new things. I just have to ink in a bunch of stuff, and then I'll be bringing them over to Nasty Neil.
Oh, sweet.
Nasty Neil, my boy.
Boom. I'm gonna. So a lot of people recommended this.
Pizza party. Have your own pizza or chain. I think it's gonna be a chain, you know, ND. Let me give you a wrench real quick. So I'm good and everything.
It won't be quite like this one, but I am gonna be
that's a nice puppet.
Thank you. I mean, handmade this.
He made that puppet.
Yeah.
The nice peacemaker.
So I'm gonna be making some puppets for Etsy. Some of my friends suggested this, like Vagina Wrinkle and several other people.
I like to get that puppet, you know.
Yeah. So I'm
Make
gonna
me
be
my
putting
puppet. You know, on YouTube, there's a guy named JWW, and he had a puppet of me. You see,
really?
I've seen that?
No.
I have seen that.
Yeah, it's cute. It sounds like me and everything is cute. I mean,
I want to make some humanoid puppets, so I am planning on making, the Without Your Head crew as puppets at some point.
Yeah. You got Neil, you got to make me my own version of my own puppet.
They're time consuming and I have to buy the all the
Okay,
material.
take your time. So yeah, it was a good week. We lost Terrence Stamp, RIP.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Neo
yeah.
before God.
He was a great one.
Are they anatomically correct? Well, that was a debate on the show because Tara says that I should make a penis for Master Trog. I'm not sure what he's going to be called.
How's
every
Tara,
time
by
I
the
name
way?
him,
How's my
She's good.
homegirl?
It's her mom's birthday today.
Tell her I said I tell her happy birthday.
You know we will.
I will tell her right now. She texted me a little while ago.
So my Instagram, unfortunately, is no more. I got a new Instagram account.
Oh, okay.
My Instagram was hacked, But yeah, I'm doing good and everything. I wrote to it 2015 today in my memoirs.
Nice. Anthony
Hell
Toad's
yeah.
got that guerrilla lifestyle. It's like he's in, he's out, he's on to a new thing, then he's back again.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hard to hit a
I'm like
moving target.
Jaysen. I'm like Jaysen Buterin. I don't have all that stuff. I only do basically.
I always reinvent myself.
And Neil, does Jaysen? Did he say he's on Facebook?
Yeah, he's on Facebook.
Because as far as that, as far as that Santa the Lambs, well, there's 3 versions of it. As far as that video goes, if you just Google the title and put Todd Yeager, it might come up. But if you try to search for it on Vimeo, it won't because it's mature listed. So I was thinking of sending him the links on Messenger.
All right, yeah.
That's the way to do it, I
Send
bet.
to Nero, yeah. And I think Anthony, a good role for Anthony would be like a circus strongman, like an old school circus strongman.
That'll be perfect for me. You got to cast me in one of your movies, Neil. Next time when you do a movie, you got to cast me as a strong man.
Like
Gets
a
big
singlet,
handlebar mustache.
Yeah, grow out the mustache.
I think that's what he
got
needs.
the hairy barrel chest. Yeah.
Yep.
I think a circus strongman, like from the 1920s.
I'm ready for next year when I renew my Regal pass.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to see movies. I can't wait to see The Long Walk. Are they timing me correct? Yes, they are. I can't wait to see Long Walk, Mortal Kombat, Wicked.
I think that's September, isn't it? For the
Long Walk is September.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite King stories. I love it.
I read that when he first released it, but wasn't it under Richard Bachman at the time?
It was one of the Bachman books.
I read that when I was like in high school or something. So look how old I am. So that story's been around for.
I need to get that. I need my local bookstore, Tebow's Books, I think they have a lot of Stephen King books. I got one. I get it in my hall.
Yeah, for a while they had them all collected. You could get like all the Bachman books like collected. It's a pretty good way to do it because it's got the Running Man, the Long Walk, Road Work.
It was a 4-story book. There were 4
4-story book. I'm looking forward to Running Man. Also looking forward to Running Man.
Yeah, the
I am
Bachman
too.
book.
Yeah.
And I think the other one though they may have taken out because that was the one where the
Rage is no longer. Yeah, he himself, Stephen King, stopped producing.
I'm a Stephen King fan. I don't use X anymore for different reasons, but I'm still on Instagram and everything. Blue Sky.
But yeah, Blue Sky.
Yeah, you can add me on Blue Sky.
All right.
Thank you.
We will add you everywhere, Anthony. Anthony Chobo.
Everywhere we see Anthony, because we won't see him for long.
No.
He's out.
Yeah, he's in and out, basically.
Hard to hit a moving target. That's his motto.
So I wanted to let you guys know that Mike Caravella, Mr. Astral Plane
Yes,
Drifter,
he'll be on the show in the coming weeks for when we start doing interviews for Amazing Fantasy Film Fest.
Yeah, he'll be on. This is so weird when I say it. He'll be on my show this Sunday. So
sweet.
At 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, live on YouTube, the Todd Yeager Experience. So he'll be on at the beginning of the show, and I'm really, really excited. And then Bill Whedon, as you may have seen, announced. The tentative title is Gonzo Geezer Gorefest. and it'll be me, Bill Whedon, and John Dugan of Texas Chainsaw
I
Massacre.
think I'm gray enough. I think I could get in there on that.
I thought, Bill just kind of mentioned it in passing weeks ago, and I was like, oh, that sounds like fun, but apparently I'm really going to be a part of it.
That's
So,
awesome. Three of my favorite people involved.
Oh, blush. But it's just really weird. I mean, Bill, he's an icon, he's a legend. And then but John Dugan, I can't believe working alongside the grandpa from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I still can't fathom it. So
John's such a sweetheart too. He's such.
I hope so, because I'm worried I'm not going to live up to their standards.
No, John's a really good guy.
Yeah,
we've known John for a long time, and
he's like as soon as you meet him.
One time we had John on the show, and he told this big story about the first time he met me, and he's like, and Neil was all nervous, and he's like, I told him to go and like think about it, come back, and he told this big, and then at the end I was like, that never happened, John, and he started laughing. Oh yeah, it was somebody else.
No, it's just, it's because he's a big deal, and Bill's a big deal too, and I always just actually play myself. I'm not a method actor. If I am an actor, I don't like, okay, I'm this killer and I'm just like, okay, what? Just throw Todd into that situation and that's it, So I just kind of, it's always just me. And that's why I hope I can live up to their standards. But yeah, that's exciting. And then the other thing, yes, they are working on it right now, but as you mentioned, fallacies. I keep having to cover up the penis there on it for the Friday the 13th edition, and there's the innocent edition.
Nice.
I was just asked by Domiziano, and he says, oh yes, this time I'm going to put your name in the credits. They kind of already had the credits made before they got me involved, and then they forgot. So they're going to correct that, and he asked me to voice the intro for the film.
Oh wow, that's very
so
cool.
They're going to add this. I read this whole paragraph about the phallus, and so that's going to appear at the beginning of the movie, and so I'll have two different voices in it, and I'm excited because it's not for everybody, but if you like stuff that's creative, imaginative, and of course Domiziano is involved in this, and so whenever he's got stuff in there, there's going to be some very artistic touches. So I'm very proud of it. So that's for fallacies. And, let's see, one more. Oh, there's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, yes. So it's going to be on Netflix, but from what they said, it'll just be a select theaters.
But that's one I have to see on the big.
Yeah, 100%. But I was hoping it would have a wide release. But I'm happy that it'll be at theaters at all.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like what he did with Pinocchio. I was kind of sad. I missed it when it was.
Yeah,
in the
we
theater.
went to go see it, Troy and I, and so we were at the theater, and we're sitting there waiting, and then eventually, the person came in. They're like, well, there's something wrong with the machine. We'll get it. I was like, oh, well, that's fine. So we're there waiting, and then eventually they gave us like our drinks and stuff free because it's such a long wait. And then eventually they're just like, we're not gonna be able to play the movie.
Yeah.
It was like an hour into it. It was supposed to start at, let's say, 1. And then every 15 minutes they'd come through like, well, we're going to try to get it on again, but if not, give us another 15 minutes. And so then at 2:00, they're like, nah, we can't do it.
It's the broadcasting aspect of it, because sometimes Fathom events have the same problem.
Yep.
Oh, they had Hell House LLC, I think, this week. I didn't get to go see that, but sometimes it won't start on time. Sometimes it stops. It's not the theater, it's the whatever end it's being beamed in from.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's kind of, you're at the mercy of whatever, is pulling it in when they're getting a signal like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Fathom events, Todd, did you see the speaking of Frankenstein too, did you see the Boyle Frankenstein when they have it on? They'll usually
that's
do
so
it once
good.
a year or so, and they do the simulcast from the play, and so
Wow.
it's fantastic. Danny Boyle, he directs
I
it.
don't know if we had that because we always get the Metropolitan
good.
Opera live, but
It's so good.
dang.
If it comes around, you'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's weird too because sometimes some of these, like with Pinocchio and with Frankenstein, something really amazing, and you only got like one night, which is weird because they'll put out really shitty movies for weeks at a time.
They'll pump them down your throat,
But one good movie, it's only one night, and then of course for Pinocchio, I had to wait because I don't have Netflix, I can't afford it. I had to wait for the Criterion to come out.
Yep.
And
it was worth the wait though, because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and that's what they'll probably do with Frankenstein. And the good news, I think, too, is I saw an article where Guillermo said that he wants things to be sort of tactile and practical. So, even if there's, because I'm sure with Crimson Peak, there was a little CGI in there, maybe. But I like
it's
that
interesting when we had the guy who plays like a monster in a lot of his movies, Javier Botet on. He had said a lot of his stuff people thought was CG, but it wasn't. Like he played Mama, and he was in Crimson Peak, and he's like he has this condition where like he's really like you could see like his bones, and he's like very 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 tall and lanky and like long arms, and just people just assumed it was CG, but it wasn't. It was all practical. It was just him and like in costume.
By nature,
Yeah.
Was he? I'm not sure if it's the same actor. I can't remember the movie. I have that on the shelf way over there. But I'm wondering if this is the same actor that was in a British movie called Freehold, or Two Pigeons, about a skinny guy who lived in the walls of this guy's apartment.
That could be him because he's been in so many things like that.
Yeah,
and
if you get it,
really,
if you get
really
a chance,
physical actor.
If you get a chance, I have the Region 2 DVD because it wasn't released here in the States. It's called the video title's Freehold, one word, and it's unsettling as hell. I mean, it's funny, but it's creepy, and it's just this guy living in this guy's walls, and you find out why later. But if that's the same actor, yeah, he's really.
What year that? You know what year that would have been? Or roughly.
Well, give me a second while you guys chat. I'll go see if I've got the DVD handy.
Man, he's got a ton of credits here.
Oh yeah, yep. But he's kind of that Doug Jones, like such a good physical performer and stuff.
He was three different ghosts in Crimson Peak.
Yeah, I think he was most of them, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Mom itself.
Mom. There were. Yeah, yep.
I don't see anything Freehold here unless it's older.
Yeah, it could be a different title too, depending. Like, it might be one of those. It's one title in the UK and then one in the States too.
Mm-hmm. Like, maybe I'll just look up Freehold. Sounds cool though. If it's this one, it's 2023. No, it's a comedy, so it definitely wasn't that.
Oh.
We'll wait till Todd gets back. Maybe might even be someone else we've had on the show. I don't know. Because we've had a few different, the monster folks.
Yep. Like your guy that was Darth Vader.
Yeah, he's going to be coming back in a couple weeks after. He's been wanting to come back for a while because he plays two of the monsters in the Toxic Avenger, and so he'll be back the week after it comes out. So.
Oh, awesome!
So not next week, but the week. So we'll definitely have to go see it, Troy. So we can.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that one would be a good one to review.
Oh, I agree. Then we can go back to that barcade where He has the autograph of the Darth Vader on the wall.
Yes, that's actually a good idea. We
Yeah,
haven't been
that's
there for a
such
while
a
either.
great one too. No, we haven't been to a barcade in too long.
No.
Got to find one that has the Dungeons and Dragons pinball machine.
Yeah. So we next week we're gonna go
And
to
King Kong,
Pizza
we haven't
Shark.
played that one either.
Which one is it?
The King Kong game, which looks so
Oh
amazing.
no, yeah. I played the slot machine. It's really cool.
Yep. And we played the Godzilla one, which is great, but the Kong one is pretty new. It's just like maybe a couple months old.
I saw this movie, The Jester 2. I saw the first one. It was really cool. It's like a slasher movie, The Jester, and it was made by these I say kids, they're pretty young. And they had originally made The Jester short for YouTube, and like it really caught on, and then they got to make the feature. And so the second one's going to be a Fathom Events.
Oh, perfect. That's awesome.
And from my understanding, they're going to be coming back on the show.
Is it like an October thing or?
September 15th and 16th, 2 days only.
Okay.
From Dread and Fathom Events, The Jester 2.
We'll have to look into that one too.
And Primitive War's out this weekend, but it's playing like one day. I mean, not one day, but it's playing like one showing each day. It looks pretty cool.
Probably just in Boston, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's playing anywhere around here.
That figures.
It looks fun. It's like there are people fighting dinosaurs, but it looks fun. Yeah.
Oh, anytime you got people fighting dinosaurs, what's wrong with that?
Exactly.
Ninja, sort of like a Velocipaster.
Exactly.
I love Velocipaster. When we were at the premiere, the US premiere of the Once a Future Smash, he was there. The guy played the Velocipaster, and I was like, actually, I mentioned
my
this
God,
in the Jaysen interview.
That's totally
like,
cool.
I was like, oh man, the Velocipaster is here, and like
I didn't realize he was there. Oh man,
yeah, I was like very excited that he was there to see our movie.
Well,
I actually even still say hello. I should have. I don't know why I didn't.
I couldn't find. I mean, I have a stack of shit that I haven't reorganized yet, and I thought it was right there, but it's.
Is it called Freehold?
Yeah, one word. Its original title is Two Pigeons. It's got both titles on IMDb. It's from 2017.
You know what? I think I might have saw that actually there.
I'm looking at the actor right now. Is it
Javier Botet?
Not Javier Botet.
Yeah, that's
okay,
him.
Awesome. Yep,
he's in it.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's always so good.
Yeah,
it was a really fun interview with him.
It's on streaming, I'm sure. But
because when we had him on, he talked about.
You won't forget it for at least for a while.
You know the movie Mama.
Yeah,
because that was like produced by
Del Toro. He plays Mama, and he said everyone thought that was CG, but it's really just him. It was just him.
Actually, when we saw it, I thought it was CG too. You know, just because it's such an elaborate thing and it's so crazy looking.
Oh man.
Yeah, people should check that interview. It's really good.
Yeah,
that was one when Trista was on the show. We had him on.
He kind of reminds me of the tall, skinny actor that was in Student Bodies. If you saw that one, the comedy, the horror comedy. Which, by the way, Terror Vision. I'm pissed that I missed out on the 100 count bundle, but I managed to get the next bundle. They're putting out Student Bodies in a big case thing with 3 or 4 discs and posters and all kinds of stuff. So, but when I saw that tall actor, in Student Bodies, I watched it again recently. I thought of that Javier guy because they're a rare breed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I might be doing an interview with a movie that he's in, the Fantastic Golem Affairs. It's playing at where is it playing? It's playing at a big festival, I believe. It's playing at Fantastic Fest.
Oh, nice.
We're playing at Fantastic Fest. So it's a Fantastic Fest presents, and then it's going to be playing at Alamo Draft Houses. And so he's in this movie, and I'm going to be interviewing the directors.
Wow.
Juan Gonzalez and Fernando Martinez. I think I might be doing that tomorrow.
Oh,
So
very
jealous
nice.
you guys get to go to all these wonderful, things. You'd think, like LA though. For me, a friend of mine doesn't mind driving into LA all the time. It's about anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours or more to get into LA because once traffic. But I don't get to go up to LA for these things. And you'd think in Palm Springs we would have more, elite or whatever, but we don't. We just have the main festival and stuff like that. So you guys get all the good stuff, man. I did get to see Jimmy and Stiggs the other night.
So what did you think? So I hated to I don't want to say anything like, because I do want people to see it, and I think it's cool that it's playing theater and stuff. But I do think it's pretty repetitive. It's like kind of this him fighting aliens for
Yeah,
him.
it was it reminded me of Evil Dead 2 with aliens. Because it was very funny. At first I thought, okay, this is going to be obnoxious, but I kind of got used to it.
Yeah, because it is nonstop. Like the lights are just nonstop. Everything's like it's nonstop. Like
and the screaming, and the
assaulting, like you all your senses.
The screaming and the yelling. Boy, they must have really been exhausted after that. No, I got a kick out of it. I liked VFW. I thought Bliss was kind of yeah.
I really like Bliss, actually. I think
I just kind of like okay with that one, but no, this one was fun. It was just me. It was, I think was it Monday night? A Regal had it, so we went there, and it was just me and my friend and 3 other guys, and the 3 other guys got about halfway through it and they left.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I was there, some people left. There wasn't a lot of people there in Boston, and I love that it's playing places. And the guy made Bagos made it in like over 4 years in his own apartment. So all that stuff's wild.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah.
Did you stick around for the?
Yeah, I really made me appreciate the movie more because there's like a mini documentary with Eli Roth and is it Joe Bagos?
Yeah, it goes about 10 minutes or so after the movie's over.
Yeah, it's just Eli talking to, which I also appreciate Eli Roth because obviously his name adds. Maybe it wouldn't get a release if it wasn't, they didn't put produced by Eli Roth on there. So I think that's cool.
And of course, it had those fake trailers at the beginning.
Yeah, which someone told me they didn't play when they saw the movie at a festival last year, but someone else told me they did play. So I don't know. But
Piano Killer.
Piano Killer is amazing. I would like to see that one as a real movie. The other one, I think. If they would, so the other one is like, "Don't go in the house, bitch." And I think if they would have said that line once, it would be funny. If they would have showed a bunch of stuff and be like, "Don't go in the house, bitch," and he laughed. But they say it over and over and over, and I think it's not particularly funny.
He tried to use different inflections with each time he said it.
And I
but
think
honestly, I rolled my eyes as soon as I recognized Snoop's voice because a lot of people. I never listen to his music. I don't do rap, but a lot of people, kind of pushed him away as soon as he did Trump's inauguration.
Right. Yeah. I just think it's just not. It's a line. I think if you say it once, it's funny, but over and over and over, it's just not particularly funny.
Maybe once, and then maybe later in a different inflection, but he kept saying it over and over. And when you had the other character telling the guy, "Don't go in the house, bitch," it was a little bit of overkill.
Yeah,
it's a little tedious after a while.
Piano Killer.
That was fun.
Watch that on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I hope that someday becomes a movie. Well,
they'd have to work really hard because one movie that I was shocked was thoroughly entertaining was The Killer Couch. You haven't seen that?
I've not seen that. No.
It's about a killer lazy boy. It's Australian, the movie. It's funny as hell. And there is one scene when a person's leaving the apartment and it shows an angle from the nighttime of the couch looking out the window. That was creepy, but it's
Wow.
fun. Killer Couch. Yes.
I will check
Got to
it
be
out.
better than that haunted pool movie, I think, from a year or two ago.
Yeah, I didn't
like
see
that
that
one at all. Like,
I
I
I know
went
the
in
movie.
expecting it to be kind of fun, but it's just lame.
Well, and then you have Rubber.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of almost started the whole sentient object
Yeah.
killer thing.
I guess like old King stuff did really, but
was it Amityville 2 that had the killer lamp or the possessed lamp?
Oh, baby, yeah.
Can't do much with
Yeah,
that.
what the hell's the one there? The King one with the vehicles all.
Oh, Maximum
Overdrive.
Yeah.
It's funny.
But
That's
nothing-
like a really beloved movie now, and like when it came out,
Yeah.
like a lot of people had it like it was like one of the worst movies ever
Oh,
made.
yeah.
But it seems like a
Probably 'cause
classic
it
amongst
was.
the but it's definitely
But
like
you-
up there as like a classic now with horror fans.
You can't beat the car. The original, not the sequel.
Oh,
That was
yeah, Christine's really good.
it's funny. Christine, I kind of just sat through. I don't know why, because I love Keith Gordon, but there was something about Christine that just didn't pull me all the way
I'm
in.
a big fan.
And I
think it's one of the better King movies.
I gotta say, for me, they didn't need to repeat the line from the book where he compares the scent of the car to, you know what I'm talking about, a woman's part. And
Well,
I'm
that
just
shows
like,
that shows that he's starting to be possessed.
I know, but
Yeah,
I cringe when I hear stuff like that. It just makes me.
And so when I read Needful Things for the first time recently, and it's the last Castle Rock book, and so there's cameos of like all the characters, which is cool. And so they send it's the bully from The Body from Stand By Me, and he's a character in this. And the main guy, Needful Things, he sends him to go pick up his car in Boston, and so he's driving it back, and he says that, yeah, and he says that line. I'm like, oh, this is great though, because they're not hitting you over the head that it's Christine, but if you know, the book is Chris, the car he's picking up is Christine, and I was like, oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah. It's like when the one character in Donnie Darko says something similar. I just kind of like go, oh, but that's how it is.
I saw this on Facebook, and it's a restaurant that serves last meals of famous executed criminals.
No way, that's wild.
And it's in Ohio.
It's in Ohio.
That's so weird that it's always in these out of the way Midwest places.
Yeah.
I can't go.
So it's at an Ohio Museum of Horror, which also features exhibits such as real human skulls, cursed objects, wet specimens, serial killer artifacts, and more.
Wet specimens? Oh,
yeah, I'm
God.
not sure what that means, but
yeah, that's.
So I'm not sure what's there. It looks like toast. I guess it's steak and eggs, maybe.
It must be, yeah, with maybe hash browns at the end.
Yeah, it must be hash. That's a weird choice for your final meal, steak and eggs. But...
Well, people love that. It's a weird combo for me. I never understood people. They say, "Oh, you shouldn't eat pizza for breakfast," but people eat steak.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's the problem?
Yeah, another
time with it. I'm not an egg guy.
Yeah, I have
fancy, well concealed.
Fancy crackers.
Nice.
So,
wow, you have to make a reservation for a last meal restaurant.
Really? Oh man, that's.
Well, you
I wonder how expensive.
If I was going through there, I'd definitely stop by.
Yeah.
It's probably not very cheap either. I would assume.
No, probably not.
It doesn't list like a menu or anything, so I don't know if it changes each day or what.
Oh, it might.
Well, you probably can pick from numerous ones, or like so many per day. That's an interesting idea, though.
It definitely is. Like if I was ever going by there, I'd have to stop in just to check it out.
I mean, it makes you wonder, though. Is it for people who are real fanatics of that kind of thing, the killers, or do they so you're eating it and you're thinking, I wonder what was going through the killer's mind? I don't know. It just kind of
good question.
I think it's for anybody. Or it's just kind of fun to say you ate there.
But I would think though, like your last meal, I think I'd have something really exotic. I think I'd want something that your last meal should be something pretty impressive. I would think.
I'd be too depressed.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'd be too depressed to eat anything. So
I guess part of it too, it's like if you've been in prison for years and you've been just eating crap, and it's like you might just want something that you used to really love and you can't get anymore.
That's true. So I'd go the opposite way though. I'd want like a 5-pound lobster and some kind of Wagyu steak that is $200 a pound or something.
Oh man. I just remembered on the 26th, for those familiar with Dark Side Releasing out of Canada, they release all kind of wild genre movies from around the world. My short film, This Is How appeared as an extra on one of their releases. But
very nice.
This coming Tuesday, the 26th, they are putting up for order. How do you pronounce Joe's last name? Baden?
Oh, Badon, yeah.
Badon?
Yeah.
The Wheel of Heaven.
Yeah.
The Wheel of Heaven is going to be available on the 26th. And 3 Domiziano Cristoforo films, 2 of which, For Halloween and Unburied Tales, I did 2 voices in each movie.
Nice.
So anybody go to darksidereleasing.com. The ad is there, but they'll put them up for sale on Tuesday. I'm going to be freaking broke because I want to order the 3 Domizianos and Wheel of Heaven.
You need them, though. You got to get them.
I know, but in about 27, probably I'm guessing $27.99 each.
Oh.
So I found the menu, and they're based on historically accurate last meal requests. So we've got the John Wayne Gacy.
And what was his last meal?
6-piece fried chicken wings.
Okay.
Fried shrimp, French fries, and a side of fresh strawberries.
How long before they would eat? How long after they eat the meal would they
get executed? Yeah, I don't know.
Because here's the kind of mind I have. If you're going to be electrocuted, especially, your body's going to let go of whatever you ate, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, ew. So
the Ted Bundy.
At that point, it's not your worry anymore.
That's true.
I know. Well, it's like, do
that's
they have
true. Maybe you'd want to eat something that'd be really messy,
just
like
crack
let
a
these fuckers
food,
have
let
to
it
clean this
go.
up.
Yep.
Do they have
I'm out of here.
The Ted Bundy was an 8-ounce sirloin steak and eggs, hash browns, toast with butter and jelly, milk, coffee, and juice.
Okay.
And it's $19.99.
I can't eat that much anymore. That's too much food.
The Eileen Wernos, I think that's the name. This actually sounds pretty good. A smash burger with cheese and onions and a cup of coffee.
Wow. She was just out the door. Give me this thing. I'll eat it on the way to the chair. I'll be doing the long walk with this in hand.
For me, I would just tell them, you know what? Forget it. Undress me and toss me in a grave. Fuck the formalities.
The Carol Chessman, I'm not sure who that is, but a ham and cheese sandwich toasted with a bottle of Coca-Cola.
Wow, that's pretty dull.
Yeah, simple things.
See, I want elaborate. If I'm going out, I want everything. I want caviar. I want it all,
I would say I want the prison warden's arm.
There you go. I like it.
They'd have to be injured to if they want to kill me, they're going to have to get injured themselves.
The Timothy McVeigh.
From that guy, I want,
Timothy McVeigh. Oh my God.
2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I am a fan of mint chocolate chip, I gotta
Yeah,
say.
can you eat
2
2
pints?
pints?
Just make it a
No.
whatever 2 pints. Isn't that a quart? I don't know.
I
Just
think
get a
so,
big,
yeah. Like a
get a
big
big one.
tub of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So this one even has an asterisk next to it. It's the Bonnie and Clyde. While never given a proper last meal, it is said that this is their last meal before they were gunned down.
Oh, okay.
And that is a fried bologna sandwich with mustard.
Wow, that's excitement.
The Elizabeth and Ann Duncan. I'm not sure who that is, but it's us 8-ounce sirloin steak and a salad. Oh, so I thought it was the same as the other one, but yeah,
Something good for you before you die.
Yeah.
The Joe Aridi. I'm not sure who that is either. A bowl of no churn vanilla ice cream.
Whoa.
He was a pretty boring dude. Just give me some.
Yeah,
vanilla.
you're not kidding. Wouldn't that be awfully lumpy
at
if
least-
there's no churning?
At least sea salt and caramel or
Yeah.
buttercup ice cream or something. Yeah.
Oh, I found my new favorite ice cream though for this summer. It's the coffee toffee. So it's got like toffee bits all through a very like creamy coffee ice cream. It's amazing.
And
Yeah,
the
I'm not a
last
coffee
one here,
guy, so
Oh, okay.
I'm a
Even
big
with
coffee-
ice cream because I love it on the ice cream.
yeah.
I love coffee too. So what am I saying?
I'm the only one here who probably doesn't.
the Victor Figuer. I don't know who that is, but a single olive.
Whoa. All right.
And it's
That's like
$2.99.
an artistic statement.
I know that
Performance art.
an olive. At least get it from like that ancient tree. There's like 1,000-year-old, olive tree in Greece. Like I'd want one from that tree,
Yeah.
But it costs $2.99
for the olive.
The
Yeah,
best olive you're ever
for
gonna
one
have.
olive.
What the? It must have been gourmet. Some great.
I'd feel like
coupon.
an ass going to a restaurant and ordering one olive, then it comes on the
That's-
plate.
That's, yeah. That's a little. That's no.
See, I wonder,
I
like,
know.
for your last meal, if you could even like request a specific chef. Like, I want the warden's testicle, but I want it like prepared by Morimoto. Something like that. I want him to sashimi this testicle for me.
It's that's sort of like I'm not going to spoil The Long Walk, but if you remember the book, I think what the kids' request was, they had to go with it. So beware, if you grant somebody a wish or a last meal, you might pay for it. So
That's just page 1, but I cannot find page 2 anywhere. So maybe that's all there is. But I don't know why you'd write page 1 on something if that's the only page.
I don't know. Those all sound a little dull, though. I'm like,
yeah, they're all pretty
not
basic stuff.
terribly impressed by people's last like meal wishes.
Although I probably would ask for at least 2 large Lion's Choice roast beef sandwiches.
No.
From Lion's Choice is basically in the Midwest, central on Missouri. It's better than Arby's. Finely shredded roast beef with seasoning.
Okay.
And for dessert, because it's Missouri, instead of soft serve or frozen yogurt, it's frozen custard.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So
You can
Lion's
still find
Choice.
places with the frozen custard.
Oh my! Well, we
It's always
have
nice.
one. There was I forget what the name of it was. They tried opening 2 of them in my valley, Coachella Valley, and they didn't last. But a mile down the road from me, at a place called Swirlies, which you think of that title, that's a little off.
Yeah.
They do have frozen custard. The problem is, it's by weight. So you put it in your cup and you load it with. I would put hot fudge on it. Last time I went, I just had a medium cup and it wasn't too. It was still like $10.
Wow.
Yeah, but oh my God, It was so frozen custard, man. That's what I want now. They're still
It's
open.
like the
I could
weird
run down
places
there.
every now and then you'll find a place out with the cat attacking you with egg cups, which is a thing you never see.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Oh, wow.
Think like those, the land that time forgot, you know.
God. Oh man. See, I miss the days. If we were good after church, that was one thing I was glad I convinced my parents to not make me go to anymore. They would take us to Perkins Pancake House.
Oh.
And yeah, that's memories.
I could go for pancakes right now.
Yeah.
I haven't had dinner
I'd get
yet,
the one with
actually.
apples on them.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no,
really?
no. Give me some nice cinnamon apples. I'm a happy cat.
Yeah. Oh man. Those were the days. I feel so old.
So Fanta's got some horror cans coming out.
Oh,
We
hot
got
damn,
the,
I love them.
Chucky, Jason.
That
what's
looks
that?
like
Black
Michael
Man?
Myers.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right, Michael Myers. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's it? Is it Black Mask? Is that the name of the movie?
Oh,
And
the
then
Black
Five Nights.
Phone?
Black
Black
Phone.
Phone.
That's odd they chose, I guess, because the movie's coming out.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though that it's a little something different. It's not like usuals. And then Five Nights at Freddy's, which I'm not really a big fan, but but it's cool that it's kind of a mix and match of like classic ones and some newer stuff.
I wonder if they couldn't get the licensing for certain ones because I guess it's aimed at a younger audience too. Because except for Michael Myers, he's from my time, but I figured they would have classic monsters on there.
But there's always, incarnations of them. You always
I like
get
that it's a mix,
more modern things. Yeah.
Well, I guess though there are they just did do those new Halloween movies, so I guess people know that. But I like that Black Phone is in there though, because like you get
Well, it's obviously a cross promotion for the new one. Do you guys know that they brought Slice back?
Yeah, it's like a big deal because people act like it's
probiotic.
a brand new soda.
But the thing is, it's $3 a can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I remember growing up like drinking Slice, but I seen them in there and with like the all the
Are they
like,
giant
the
ones or are they just
they're regular 12-ounce cans, and they're like the other brand, I forget the name that I tried and it tasted good, but these so-called low sugar probiotic sodas they're coming out with are at least like $2.38 a can at Walmart, and then the Slice is like nearly $3 depending where you go.
Oh, that's
so I'm
crazy
sorry,
to me.
you can't afford a 6 or 12 pack of those. I mean, and people, if you read in the Facebook timeline how those come up as ads or something, if you read, I always like to read the comments, and people are like, $3 a can, no thanks. So it's an interesting idea, but if you want us to drink healthy, make it affordable.
Exactly. They never consider that.
No, that's one reason why. Prom night.
This came up last week about prom night, but then I saw today that they're putting out the 4K. I was like, oh wow, Todd just said he didn't like this movie. Now like, here's the 4K from Cine.
It was basically, if you think about it, it's a giallo. Because you had a childhood trauma and then a mass killer.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
I just thought it was just
I liked it when I was a kid. I haven't seen it in a long time either.
I saw it at the drive-in with I forget. I don't know if they brought out Friday the 13th along with it, but I don't know, and I didn't really get the ending when the reveal happened. What was with the makeup?
I don't remember the movie at all. I got to be honest. Yeah.
And that chase throughout the hall got a little bit redundant rather than exciting because it was just chasing up and down the hallway. And I don't know. I mean, the thing that brought people in was Jamie Lee Curtis and Leslie Nielsen.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm combining that movie with Happy Birthday to Me.
Oh, I
have like a combo in my head. of the
Happy
two.
Birthday to Me is a classic. I love it. I saw that when it first came out too, and I was really, for a change, I thought it was nice that they had and that was mainly a giallo, but that they didn't have to go the route of, Joe Bob Briggs's requirements of 3 sets of breasts, and it wasn't overtly gory, but it left stuff to your imagination, so that when the barbells came down on the guy's neck, you kind of like reacted even though you didn't really see it. There's Eli.
Yeah, so this is really
This is the
cool.
most disgusting prop I think I've ever seen. It's Kathleen's flesh. Like, you know what it is. I'm director Eli Roth, and I am here with my dear friend, John Carver. Whenever you're writing a character, you have an image in your head. In our mind, it was a pilgrim running around with an axe. This has to be a real killer. Like, we can't do this as a joke. I want the movie to be a real horror film. The axe had to be very specific. We actually went to museums and we looked at period axes and we thought, what's a cool looking axe that's also functional? But then when it came to the mask, the town is celebrating John Carver. The story is that they gave the masks out so they can't look evil, but to me, it's like the velociraptor in the kitchen. It's when it's out of place, someone's in your kitchen with an axe, then the mask becomes scary. To have an action figure of your movie, that's it. Like, that's the end goal. Like, this for me is the Oscar.
Can you
like, I'd like to
actually
thank
get this figure?
the Sideshow
It's
Academy.
amazing.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's real
made by
cloth.
Sideshow.
Shit,
It's
that's
actually
awesome.
material. It's so pretty. This is crazy. Like, this was the
look
meat
at all the
tenderizer I
props.
picked, but now I can play versions of smashing in, Evan's head. The little dart gun is fantastic with the darts. Wow. The wine with our cheerleader Amy's blood is pretty spectacular. I can't, you got the glasses perfect. Wow, somebody cares as much as I do.
Toy?
One of my life's goals as a director was to get a Sideshow figure, and I'm just so honored that my first one is John Carver. I have a beautiful spot that's center stage that I will be displaying him, so he's going to be right there with me every day when I'm writing.
Yeah, that's insane. That's awesome.
I don't know.
Always makes the best toys. They're amazing. They're insanely expensive, and they're they're worth it because they're just amazing.
And you know me,
I'm the Sweeney Todd.
I'm the oddball out. I kind of prefer our Founders Day.
I'm gonna really disagree. I think
I know you
Thanksgiving is the best, one of the best modern slasher movies made. I think it's great. It was fun. It's funny. The kills are cool. I think it was my favorite movie that year. It was great. It was in the top 2.
No, I'm not denying that. I don't know. Something connected with me really well for Founders Day. I'm glad I got to review it, as that was a nice little surprise for me.
But it's cool that there's been some new slash, because we all know Jason and Freddy and else. But I'm glad that there's been some new slashers coming out the last few years, and hopefully some of them catch on. And they'll, obviously, I know like Terrifier, but it definitely is caught on, and that is like a new.
I just want more story. I mean, I kind of like story more, and everything accents the story rather than the other way around. But, I mean, I did finally.
It captures people's attention for whatever reason, and it's become, so.
I finally got to see Together, and I kind of liked the movie up until the last 5 minutes.
I liked the last few minutes, and the whole movie worked for me. It was actually a lot. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was gonna like it going in. I think it's because I heard people not digging it too much or whatever, and I had a really good time with it.
Well,
wow,
yeah,
who's that? Oh, that's Dr. Strange.
I love it. But no, for me, it was just the CGI was a little iffy during that last bit. And then that word, hey, they could have, it made us laugh out loud because maybe it was meant to be funny.
Things. Yeah.
I just didn't like the tone of the voice. It was like, hey, it didn't set well.
It worked for me because I don't want to give away the movie, but it was hinting at what was going to be happening. I was really surprised they went with that direction of the ending.
Well, like I said, it just kind of looked. I mean, that I can understand the look at the very end when the door, but that voice,
I think it's a true combination of the two people is probably what happened. So yeah, is that your only sideshow, Troy? Do you have other ones?
No, I have a whole bunch of like Marvel ones, and but they're amazing. But when you're paying between $200 and $300 for a figure, they better be.
Yeah.
I have a tiny Deadpool.
Nice.
Look at how small it is. It's like really tiny.
Oh, yep. There you go. A little sideshow Frankenstein.
And of course, Buddy Christ. Here's an original promo from Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's
a keychain.
awesome.
And
now,
then
we were just talking about
he's actually too tall for the bookshelf.
Karen Stamp.
Yeah, yep.
Here you go.
One of the ugliest drag queens I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, and if you look really carefully in Priscilla, when they're doing their dances, they never hold the camera on them too long because their moves are very awkward. I'm sorry, I'm trashing. They weren't very good dancers, none of them, honestly.
No.
But here's good.
We had that Australian director on, Troy, and he hated that movie. Remember?
Oh my God! Yeah. Yep.
The guy who made.
I think he actually got mad at me for bringing up the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I will say, as far as Australian films go, the last really amazing one that I absolutely loved was Sissy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at
What was
first
the
I
one
hated
about
all the
the,
characters, but it was so good.
Oh my God, the girl that like she kidnaps her like high school crush. And
The only
brings them
the loved one.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I love that movie.
That's
that
a good
one was
movie.
Yeah,
so
somebody
well done.
just brought that up again on Facebook yesterday, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the only one I did." I can't believe I never picked that up on Blu-ray.
Oh,
Yeah,
have
that's
you seen
really
it?
good.
God, it's such a good movie.
I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
It's just that I need to get the Blu-ray because I did like it. Because who is it that said recently? Was it Christopher Nolan made some big speech? If you love a movie, buy it.
Yeah, yep.
Own it on disc.
That's a good call, though. That really is.
Yeah, because movies like that, streaming does not always keep them. And I've known friends that have had their files corrupted. And after they told me I was a fool to keep buying Blu-rays, DVDs, and CDs.
Well, even Amazon. There's been some big sites that just after a while they take the movies away, even people who bought them. It's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you may have purchased a movie to have in your digital library, and then they're gone. So to all those people out there, they're probably not watching, of course. I mean, that said, you're a fool to keep buying discs. You're a fool, and then they have their files corrupted.
Well, you should buy whatever you like anyway. But I'm a big fan of special features and stuff too, which for the most part you can't see online.
But they tell me that I'm a fool, and then their files get corrupted or their content gets pulled. Then they come crawling to me and go, "Oh, say Todd, could you loan me?" And I do what's his name did in session 9. I go, "Fuck you."
I saw the next it must be a public domain because Wicked of Oz is coming out. It's a horror movie about Oz. Yeah. Which honestly, if you actually took time and made a horror movie about Wizard of Oz, you could totally do it because it's kind of a
they
horror
did Return
story
to
anyway.
Oz.
Right.
Yeah.
The Disney of all people.
Or the Wiz. Like I remember when that came out. There's a lot of freaky shit.
That's playing in Boston. Like all this month, they're doing the live action play at one of the Boston Opera. I think it's the Boston Opera House. It's not an opera.
Troy, you're gonna love this. I got it because it came along with the ViewMaster reel for Can't Stop the Music, but I have the Wiz on ViewMaster reels.
Oh man, that's a movie that when I was a younger
it was
guy,
so
like,
weird.
It freaked me the fuck out. Like it really did.
I was in high
scary
school.
Shit in that movie.
I was in high school, and I remember seeing it with a friend of mine. His mom dropped us off, and we watched The Wiz. And I kept thinking, I honestly was not bored with it, but I didn't. Some movies don't live up to what you're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
and that one kind of did that. But I want to watch it again because I haven't seen it since I saw it in a theater when it
Same
first came
here.
out.
Same here. I was probably 10 years old when the last time I saw The Wiz.
Ronnie's
and it freaked me the fuck out. I gotta say.
It's called Broadway in Boston. It's playing at the Citizen. Now everything has to be named after some company. It used to just be the Boston Opera House, but now it's called the Citizen Bank Opera House.
Oh,
well, even the Wang Center is something else now. It's not just the Wang Center. It's the
wow.
Yeah, it's like everything is like the Dunkin' Donuts Arena.
yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah,
it.
well, what's really sad is out here in Palm Springs, they used to call it the Dinosaur Weekend, the Dinosaur Golf Tournament, and then Nabisco put their name on it. It's the Nabisco thing, and everyone still calls it Dinah. It's a big lesbian weekend here in Palm Springs, and they still label the events and the everything for the women as Dinah Weekend.
That's awesome.
Little fun fact for everyone for Palm Springs: if you're a lesbian, especially, come to the Dinosaur Weekend.
Do it, yeah.
It's like the white party with lesbians, and it's great.
Floor seats to the Wiz, $206. Damn.
Oh, forget that.
Yeah, that's a little more than I wanted to pay for that. I think.
Balconies, $62.60.
Well, they have
also pretty high.
They have Devo, the B-52s, and Lena Lovitch, who I would kill to see in LA this fall. And besides the tickets are well over $100, the parking is $90.
See, that's so crazy to me. Like,
and plus you drive to LA.
A time when like parking was even close to something like that. Like,
yeah,
if you paid
$90.
like $20 to park, it would be crazy.
That's criminal.
But to pay like almost $100 just to park for something that you're going to shell out another $200 for tickets.
Yeah, they're reopening the Plaza Theater in downtown Palm Springs, and we're going to have John Waters' Christmas show.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
I can't afford tickets to that either. I think the cheapest tickets would maybe about $50, but you're way in the back. So
see, and that's the problem. They have this thing because I think the new season, I think it's season 6 of the Boulet Brothers drag race, and they're having like the first episode or something in Boston, but like tickets, all the good seats are sold out. And like if you're going to a drag show, why would you, if you sat near the back, you wouldn't even be able to see the costumes. It would defeat the whole thing.
Yeah.
And even like the cheap seats way in the back were like $120. I'm like, that's just insane to me. And I'd love to go, but there's no way I'm shelling out that kind of money for crappy seats.
I was far away, but still really good view when I saw ABC and Howard Jones in March. And I was $78. And if you wanted to be down in the front, which was part of a VIP package where you got a goodie, that was like $300 something. And I'm just like, where are all these people getting this money? I'm lucky if I have $500 left in my bank at the end of the month. And
we went to see who's it? You just named the guy with the pencil thin
Howard Jones and ABC
with the pencil thin mustache.
Waters.
Yeah.
John Waters.
John Waters. When the last time we went to see the Slut Cracker, which is an annual thing in Boston, in Somerville,
he was there.
Yeah, and he introed it. He was the host of it. Wow. And so the Slut Cracker, it's a retelling of the Nutcracker, but it's adult burlesque one. And at the end, they bring out this giant candy cane penis that it ejaculates all over the crowd. So it's a fun time.
Oh, well, that'd be fun. That might be worth a little bit of a price, I would think.
Yeah, it actually wasn't expensive then, but I don't know if it is now anymore.
That one
look, I remember paying.
Where we saw like Waters do like his wasn't really a stand-up, but he just kind of did like kind of a
Yeah, that was
recap
at
of his life.
it was at
and
a Days
so
of the
much
Dead.
fun.
Yeah, it was at Days of the Dead.
Just such an interesting guy. I love to just listen to him rap about things, you know.
Now, I missed concerts when the admission was like $20.
Oh yeah.
And although, like back in the 70s, when bands performed in stadiums and stuff, I think the tickets were like $8.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think the most I ever paid, well, besides ABC and Howard Jones, back in the late 80s, because I was with KDHX in St. Louis, I was able to get front row seats at the Fox Theater, and I went to see Kenny Loggins, and I was in the front row, and that cost me like $40.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, I miss those days, but you couldn't get me to live back in Missouri, especially at this point. So
when we went to
I don't
see
miss it.
Cyndi Lauper this summer, and
Oh.
the seats weren't really that expensive. I mean, it wasn't like it was like a giant stadium, but it was still a pretty good size sucker.
Well,
and, she put on such a great show. Like,
that was her farewell tour.
Her farewell tour. So if anybody gets a chance to go see her, because she's just...
I think it was the same thing for Jeff Lynne and ELO when they were here last year, and I'm so pissed I missed that. But friends of mine called me. I had to be at work in 2 hours, and they called me and said, "Hey, we got an extra ticket to the Simple Minds Modern English Mark Allman concert. Do you want to go?" And I'm like, I'm not going to call out sick. I couldn't afford to. They would kill me. So I missed out on Simple Minds, Mark Allman performing Soft Cell stuff and Modern English, and I'm so pissed off. 2 hours before I had to be at work. No. And I missed Sarah McLachlan when she was here.
She was going around too, yeah.
Yeah, for her Stumbling Towards Ecstasy 30th anniversary, which I saw the original concert back in '93. So it's just, oh man, because I don't know how all these people afford this shit.
I know the people.
There it is.
Oh, that's the best.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go get dinner. I'm very hungry. I haven't eaten.
Probably
I'm looking at last meals and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I never brought this up, but Vinegar Syndrome last year had a mystery title. They called it the Invisible Slipcover. So you just ordered it. And the surprise movie was this really bad thriller called Side Roads. But they gave you a blank slipcover, thus the invisible slipcover, and a set of markers called DKola.
Oh, the right.
That you could draw your own cover. So everybody was drawing theirs pretty badly and posting it on the Vinegar Syndrome fan group here on Facebook. So I instead got my award-winning cartoonist friend Tim Barella to draw me.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it.
Cheesecake, man. Cheesecake. I'm wearing my leather harness and I got cheesecake. And I posted it and people said, "You win." And then on the back cover, he's got the star of the movie like he's trying to hang on. But so everybody go out and order at Rattling Good Yarns Press or Amazon the complete Leonard and Larry collection. That's Tim's artwork. And here he is. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah.
He even gave me a gut, which I was like, no, don't give me my gut. and a little bit of hair there.
Okay.
But anyway, I wanted to join to see that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. So we'll be back next week with Jim McDonough. Will be returning to the show to be talking about the Manicorn feature film coming out, which is very exciting. And there'll probably be some interviews popping up. So hit the like button, subscribe, share it out, become a member if you'd like to help support the channel. We appreciate it. Until next time,
this is the Todd Sampler or the Todd Yeager Experience on Sunday.
Terrible Troy.
And that's Todd Yeager, and this is Without
Your
Ed. Oh, I got to say Ed.